I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
We just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. Lobito! Got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, welcome everybody to another boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is your good friend, Mr. BDA, and I sure am glad. That's right, sure I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one, fellas. In this episode, we've got a fantastic one for you, as we're going to be talking about all the fights that took place last night on Saturday, plus a whole lot more. Let me tell you, we got a couple of upsets, a couple of great performances, really scintillating the boxing fan base. And we're going to get to all of that with some of our guests here. Before we do that, let's get the business out of the way, fellas. You know the drill. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. You can also join the membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck, special emojis, badges, the whole shebang. You can also join our Patreon for free. Or you can donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app. Link in the description below. But the most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Kristen Mack, JumpTube, Mars Deckard, Jaime Raiden, Thone, Alejandro Solis, Trooper 5131, Handsome Mechanic, Johnny Blaze, King Bucho, keeping an eye on things, Morbi DC, Sackle Bulb, Earl Stevens, shout out to Earl, shout out to Earl. He says Fondora the skin, Fondora the Skinwalker. Jump to Jacques Cousteau, Sid Boxing FU, Uriah Smith, Windy City Boxing, Max, Danny Medina, and many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. I was going to say Popple because I saw Bulb was there. Morbi DC as well. Shout out to him. Sackle Bulb. Many more people to come. Everybody's joining the fray here. Shout out to everybody for joining us. Speaking of joining, I see we got Joe and we got Sobers jumping into the panel. Fellas, you're the early risers here, jumping in first. Not that early, though, because Joe, I never see him on the morning shows, but shout out to you, fellas. Thank you for joining us.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up, buddy? What's up, Sobers?
Did you just call me partner? Like a cowboy or something? What's up, partner?
I said, what's up, buddy? And I said, what's up, Sobers, right after.
Well, I said you guys are early risers, but it really does sound like it's the morning for you guys. You sound like you just woke up. We got Bucha jumping in as well. Shout out to him. Real quick, before we start the festivities here, shout out to Mars Deckard for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to him. He says, BDA, the home of boxing, mine. Oh, absolutely. Shout out to you, Deckard. We have a good home and everybody can come in here. People like Mars Deckard, they bring gifts and they are part of the initiated. Shout out to him. Shout out to Sid Boxing FU as well for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Itauma looks like the real deal. Well, we're going to talk about that because I got a lot to say myself here and I'm curious to hear what other people have to say. There was a lot of good, but then now you have to start wondering how much of it now, how much overhype is going to occur here. That's the big question there. All right. All right, listen. Let's start with the first the latest fight, the one that took place not that long ago. What? What the fuck? Sebastian Fundora overwhelming Keith Thurman. Hold on, let me share the screen with you guys here. Ended up stopping Keith Thurman in, what was it, the 6th round? Because I don't have my notes here right now, but...
It was the 6th round.
Yeah,
yes, sixth round TKO. Referee Thomas Taylor, more on him later, managed to wave the fight off after Thurman was taking a bit of a shellacking there. Now, I don't know why here in the boxing scene photo, I'm looking at the photo, they have, I think it's the wrong fight. They got Harvey Duck as the referee. But it wasn't Harvey Duck. It was, anyway, whatever. The point is, they stopped the fight and Fundora was beating Thurman up. It wasn't even close. I can count on the fingers on one hand how many flush shots Thurman landed. I do think he landed a couple of good bombs there, but Fundora appeared unbothered by them, shook him off, and just kept on going and beat up Thurman. Guys, what do you think about that performance?
Well, I think the referee was too fucking worried about doing his hair in between rounds. I think it was a shitty stoppage. It's either this is why boxing sucks now. You either got to worry about the fucking judges or the referee. Like, let the fight go. Like, you don't know what can happen. The bullshit. It was a bullshit stoppage. Yeah, he was getting his ass kicked, but you never know what can happen. Like, let the fight go. That fucking referee, every 2 seconds, that guy's saying, "Watch your feet, watch your feet, watch your feet." It's like fucking Kenny Bayless. Watch your heads, watch your heads, watch your heads. These fucking referees suck. All right, and I can't. I hate that referee, dude. That guy's like a fucking pretty boy. Like he tries to make it all about him. He's a fucking idiot.
First of all, he kind of looks like a cop. He looks like the type of guy who would be beating you up with a baton if you just looked at him the wrong way or even mentioned the word Constitution. No, but I mean, okay, so let's get into the referee thing right off the bat because, I mean, okay, Fundora beat Thurman up. That's the big thing here is the stoppage. He waved it off. Keith Thurman was complaining. We're going to get to some of his comments later. But you're right, though, JDA, that it's these referees. Okay, look, I've said it before. I want referees to get involved when it comes time to apply the rules. So if they start talking about the clinching, taking points away for clinching, dipping below the waist, for not trying, you know what I mean, for avoiding action, back foot bitching it, the ass style, take points away for that. But Joe is right. Watch your heads, guys. Watch your feet, guys. Hey, the canvas is slippery here. You got your mouthpiece in. Smile. Show me your mouthpiece. Like too many instructions, and it almost reeks as if there are these micro instructions to try to get noticed. Because these referees,
he's like Joe Cortez. He's like he reminds me of Joe Cortez, man. Remember Joe Cortez? He was such a fucking diva. He wanted all the attention.
He was fair, but he was firm.
Yeah.
My tits are
firm. He would stop a fight and go, "Hey, guys, come here, guys, come here."
Shitty referee.
Fight, like, come on.
Another shitty referee. I'm fair, but I'm firm. Shut the fuck up, man. He ruined a great fight too. He ruined the Mayweather Ortiz fight. Remember? He ruined that.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Mayweather Hatton as well. He was always, he didn't allow Hatton to work on the inside. He was always stepping in, breaking the action.
Hold on a second. BDA.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Get that fucking referee's face off the screen.
I
can't. Before I have a heart attack.
Joe, I got you, baby. I already took it down.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know. I think it was an okay stoppage, though. I don't see what Thurman was gonna do at that point.
Yeah, but at least let it go a couple more rounds, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he did, though. No, didn't he? Did I mean, look at his fucking face. Like,
yeah, I know. But
like,
I don't know. I just like, what the fuck? What are we doing? Playing flag football? Like, what the fuck? He was alert. He knew what was going on. You know what I mean? Let him go.
Well,
he didn't get knocked down.
Here's what I'm going to be paraphrasing. Here's what Keith Thurman said in the post-fight press conference.
You want me to play it?
I was catching. Oh, you have audio?
Well, maybe we'll play it later. Just go ahead and give us the cliff notes.
Yeah, because I just wrote like something like he said. Like he says, I was catching him a little bit. Mendoza got Fondora late, and so that was a plan. Get Fondora to round 7 and 8. and he was saying that he was getting to the body, to Fondora's body, and he, at some point he says that the young guy was gonna make a mistake, and that's what he wanted to happen. Yeah, he also said that we were on the verge of getting to that sweet spot where we were gonna go toe to toe.
For the G spot.
Like, I don't know if that was gonna happen though. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see I didn't see that. Actually, what I saw was this guy eventually getting knocked out, I should say. But
Then
this
let
is
him
what
get
he was
knocked
hoping
out.
for.
Then let him get knocked out. But guess what? I'm not surprised because the BBC card and fucking these referees or judges, they like to lick the balls of Heyman. It's not a surprise to me.
That's true.
Hey, BDA also, Keith Thurman says that a lot of the bruises that he got on his face was actually his own gloves hitting his face. You know?
I'm
not even joking.
You can really say that? Holy smokes.
Yeah, he said it happened to him in another fight. And he was like, oh, how come I got all these bruises? It was my own glove, So, yeah, that's what he said. What else did he say? He said he's not going to retire.
Pretty hard to make a bruise up through his own glove.
I mean, yeah, exactly. He was swelling up. He says he's not going to retire. And
BDA,
the fight was getting good. I never got dropped.
What are you trying to do? You trying to make me break my screen? Look at this fucking faggot. This fucking guy.
I took it. It wasn't me. I don't know, something.
And I guarantee he hits a tanning bed fucking 3 days a week at least.
He's like what's his name? Christian Bale in American Psycho. I got a tanning bed at home. Oh no, that wasn't Christian. That wasn't Christian Bale's character. That was what was the other guy's name? The guy
he does killed. A face smashing. He sculpts his face with the hammer.
Yeah, he's like clavicular. No, but so hold on. What were you saying, Bucho? What else was he saying about the gloves? What?
No, that he's not going to retire. He's not. He still wants to continue. He whooped my ass, but I was still.
It's great news.
But I still feel. He said, I still feel good. I feel good. I was on my feet. I never got dropped. The fight was getting good. Something like that.
So he was saying that he was hitting the sweet spot and he was getting swung.
Yeah. Like he had a plan. He said that eventually he also not quoted, but made a reference to the Ali fight. Ali Foreman, basically. I mean, I guess.
Oh, he was doing the rope-a-dope. Oh, it makes sense now.
He's like, we knew we were gonna take some punishment, but eventually in the latter part of the fight, we were gonna take take over, I guess, land something big. But I mean, even coming in, he was getting tagged. That he wasn't gonna do anything, man. Seriously, maybe the body shots were gonna eventually.
You know what it sounds like, Bucho? Like the referee actually did Keith Thurman a disservice by stopping that fight a little early because Keith Thurman still thinks he had fight in him. He didn't feel like Fondora took everything from him yet. So what he's gonna do now? He's gonna take another fight, get fucked up again, get even more CTE, and he's probably gonna keep going until someone puts him on the ground on his face.
Exactly. He's gonna go home
against Marquez in the fourth.
Yeah. I mean, because reality is not hitting. How you say it's not kicking in. I mean, he's not realizing. Like, listen.
No, because the referee, I'm telling you, like if he let Fondora finish the job and just beat the shit out of him until he was like knocked out and just completely done, then Thurman was like, okay, maybe I'm at the end. But now that he left the ring thinking he still had something left, he's like, oh, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna take another fight, and he's gonna fight. Watch him fight Bakaram. And get killed.
Which is dangerous. Because he's delusional.
Which I'm here for. We're
not going to see Thurman for another 5 years. He only fights once every 5 years.
Yeah, come on, man.
Well, can I let me just say something, and then I want to get Frank's out here because Frank is jumping in as well. Before I get to the whole stoppage thing, the fact that Thurman would say, well, a lot of that swelling was and chafing was because of the gloves. I understand that. I mentioned that before. Like when people look at Victor Ortiz's face after the Madrimov fight, a lot of that was because he had the high guard, and on top of that, there were headbutts. But look at the damage here. Look at Thurman's face. This goes beyond. I mean, when it's swelling like that, he wasn't getting headbutt in this fight like Ortiz was against Madrimov. And look at all that swelling under the eyes. I mean, come on, that's not mere chafing from your own gloves. I mean, come on, Thurman. And by the way, I think I just heard a quote here that Thurman said, "I had him right where I wanted him. I was about to come out of the cage," he said. So that's right. I think I'm kidding. He didn't say. But we got Frank here. Frankie. What are you?
What's up?
What are your thoughts on the stoppage? Because that's what we're getting right into it. Was this a early stoppage? That Fundora.
Well, I was listening to Bucho, and I agree with Bucho. I think, yeah, it was a good stoppage for a sport, but it's also entertainment, and people are paying and they want to see a finish. You know, they don't want to see, they want to see a money shot. So I think, you have to give the fans what they want. And this is what makes people think that sometimes boxing is fixed or faked, because Keith Thurman did not come to win. I don't care what anybody says. The guy did not come to win. And, we see these guys that back-footed all the time, and this is what we're talking about. That's not coming to win. You don't win a fight on your back foot running around. But these other guys, they'll tell you, oh, that's boxing. And we've seen what actual boxing is with Fondora, going for the knockout. So, yeah, I think it was a bad stoppage in the sense that the fans got deprived. And like Sobers mentioned, now this guy, Keith, is given a lifeline because he has an excuse.
Yeah, very good points, fellas. Very good points. And I know Steve Kim also mentioned that. Shout out to the Kimster. On Twitter, he said that fighting off the back foot like that was a bad idea from the get-go from Keith Thurman, because he just got, from the first 2 rounds, you could see, okay, this ain't going to work. Now, I understand why he tried it, because he's never been a come forward guy, although he can fight on the inside, but it's a different, there's 2 different things. There are 2 distinct things. One, knowing how to fight on the inside, and the other, actually how to get on the inside. He doesn't do that. So he thought his best bet was move around the ring, lull Fundora to sleep or something, then catch him with something. The problem is, even when he caught him, he didn't do much damage. And Fundora now is really fighting like a guy who knows how to fight like a tall guy, finally using his length in there. And I got to tell you, I don't know what Keith Thurman was doing, first of all.
But BDA, maybe he was waiting for the later rounds. Maybe that's what he was trying to do.
I know. But first I'm addressing what Frankie said about the back foot bitching thing. Again, I didn't like it either, but I really do think that that's all Keith Thurman had. Because if he would have gone waiting in, he would have spent all his bullets earlier, and it would have been worse. Whereas Fondora, he was okay whether Thurman came at him or ran from him, because he was going to get him anyway, as we saw. But onto the stoppage itself, I agree with you guys. I agree with Joe. Let him go, man. Like when I used to work in Montana with my family in the farm, and my father would put me and my brothers to work brutally. And like we would throw hay all the time, all from sunrise to sunset. And my mother sometimes would say, Harold, you're working the boys way too hard. It's like, they got to grow up to be men. And he said something interesting. He said, if they can move and throw, let them go. And it's the same thing here. If the guy can move and throw, let him go. Keith Thurman was still moving.
He was alert. He was moving around. It's not like he was fucking...
Well, he wasn't doing
what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta let it fly.
But dude, it's not like he was like you had to call the fight. Let it go a couple more rounds, man. He was lucid. He was moving around. Yeah, he was getting his ass kicked. I'm not denying that. Yeah, he got his ass kicked. But at least give the guy a fighting chance. Give him a couple more rounds. But that guy you obviously had an appointment at the fucking hair salon or a fucking tanning appointment.
You think they were going to close the gay club in 3 hours, is what you were saying?
yeah, exactly, bro. That guy had to be somewhere.
All right, but hold on, man. I mean, first of all, look, I understand the argument that people are saying, well, look at Thurman's face. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't see he can still see. He was still moving. He was still throwing. What's that?
He looked like he was getting jumped.
Well, that's what we pay for. That's what we want to see. Look, listen, the only thing, his eyes look fine. So if you can still see his eyes, then let him roll up as he's flopping on the ropes, and then you can stop it. Let us watch that. But no, the guy jumps in. That's it.
The thing is, he wasn't doing shit though, right? Was he? Like, I didn't see that. I just saw the guy taking a beating. With you.
Well, yeah, Bucha, that's why I agreed with you, because he look, if you watched before there was stopped, they were already talking about it. The doctor was already looking at him. She wanted to stop it. And I think Keith could have got out of the fight right then and there if he would have, been vocal about it. Like we seen Dudu Andrade quit. These guys can get out of the fight if they want, and that's part of when they say answer back, you got to answer back. The ref was telling him, "I need to see something," and he did, and he kept running around.
Right there.
I was going to say that.
You don't have a woman doctor for one. That's another problem too. You don't have a woman doctor for one.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Fucking bullshit.
You're absolutely
right. And
it
doesn't hurt. It doesn't help that fucking Thurman fights, once every 3 years. What the fuck you think's gonna happen? That guy's gonna fight at least once, twice a year, 3 times a year. The guy's fighting once every 5 fucking years. What do you think his face is gonna look like?
Well, that's a good point. He did this to himself. And by the way, Parukua in the chat makes a good point. He says, hold on, let me just pull it up here on the screen.
Seriously, bro, he was just a wasted, bro. He really ruined his career, bro.
Well, now
he could have been one of a really good fighter, bro. He ruined his career.
Now you got what's his name? Dan Rayfield talking about how he's a Hall of Famer. He fought on CBS twice and did 5 million views peak and beat Danny Garcia. Like, come on, that's not anyway. Now people are asked. That's the debate whether he should be a Hall of Famer. And with the low standards of today's Hall of Fame, Boxing Chief and I have gone through this. Yeah, they're gonna let him in. But Okua makes a good point. He says Keith was evading and running for his life, so the ref went off of that. Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, if the guy's
Earl Spence for years, how the fuck is he a Hall of Famer? He ducked Earl Spence for years, dude.
I know, but what I'm saying is, Padokua's comment makes sense. He says Keith was evading and running for his life, so the referee went off of that. So, yeah, that's a good point. If you're going to back foot bitch it and not throw much, that's on you, too. You got to give yourself the benefit of the doubt and let your hands go. But then again, I mean, he was doomed from the start, Keith Thurman was. And at least he let his hands go. He did try. He swung for the fences at times, but he just...
Well, then,
yes.
The other thing is, what was surprising is the thud on Fondora's punches. I mean, every punch was ringing his bell. Even the first round, he was buckling. It's like even Fondora just touching him was hurting him. I'm rewatching the highlights. I seen that every time Keith got touched, he was getting, you could see him going blurry, kind of shaking. You can see that when guys are pretty much shot.
Good. We want to see more of that.
How does Fondora make 154 pounds, bro? When I was in high school, I was fucking 5 feet tall playing basketball. I weighed 150.
And now
How the fuck is this guy?
And now you're 5'4".
Well, no, I'm 5'8" now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, every inch counts, dude. Trust me.
That's what they tell me. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but dude, how the fuck is this guy making weight? Like 154 pounds, bro. I was a fucking. In high school, I was 150 at 5 feet tall, playing basketball. This fucking guy's 6'7".
He's a freak of nature, that's for sure.
I think there's some bullshit. I think there's bullshit going on. Dude.
No, I love it. And look, let me put this part in biblical terms, right? Because I was hearing people telling me that Keith Thurman was going to knock out Fondora somehow, and I'm like, really? You guys were really thinking that Keith Thurman was going to show up like Samson with the ponytail, right? And like Samson, he lost his ponytail and all his power was gone. And he thought this mere mortal thought he could challenge. Man. Yeah. Look, this mere mortal thought he could challenge an Aztec Nephilim in Fondora, right? So after Fondora wrapped him up, took him to the top of the pyramid of Tenochtitlan, about to offer his foreskin to his god, Abraham, he stopped him. It's like Abraham, he stopped him and he said, no. The referee saved his life and said, no, preserve him for another night.
See,
and that's what happened.
That's why I like having Sobers on the panel, because he gets on that indica, that good Cali Kush, and he starts thinking outside the box and he brings it all together, man. It's true. There's something cosmic going on here. But Joe and Sobers bring up a good point about the height, because I've heard some people say now more than ever after yesterday, Fondora is a weight bully. And I'm thinking, I don't know, man. I have never heard of him blowing up to, over 200 pounds and then having to lose 50 pounds before the fight. And
Fondora said his advantage is he doesn't cut weight. These other guys have to cut weight.
Right. Bullshit. That guy probably walks around fucking 200 pounds, 205 pounds.
I don't know about that, man.
I'm telling you, bro. You think he walks around at 154? You're out of your fucking mind.
I think he walks around at probably 161 or something like that. Because again, you watch
Bullshit, PDA.
You watch him in between fights. He doesn't look fat. He doesn't look like he's got a double chin. He doesn't look jam-packed. I think he gains a couple.
Where does he put the weight? Where does he put the weight? That's the thing. Like some people were talking about, yesterday on Sobers, they were talking about how far can he go up in weight. Like some people were saying 168, but I'm like, I don't think he can make 168 because he doesn't have the type of body that can put on muscle.
I agree. If he goes up to 168, he will get knocked out. He will be asleep if he fights those guys at 168. I would also like to say I saw after the fight he took off his gloves and he had a reddish tinge on the hand wraps. Can anybody explain why that was?
Why that what?
Why he had red on the knuckle area of the hand wrap after he took
Are you
off the
saying
glove?
Margarito?
I think the blood was seeping
No. You
through the
see,
gloves.
I'm not
and it got
saying.
on his hand wrap.
I'm not saying that. How is that possible? How can blood leak through his gloves? I mean, they
That's
have a
how
lot
bad
of
of a
padding there.
beatdown he was giving Thurman, bro.
No. Come on. Anyway, so I saw the fight that the told.
But wait a minute,
I forgot his name now, but-
legal. You're saying you don't want to make a definitive statement, but you're disagreeing with sobers, though. So what are you saying?
No. I'm just saying that in boxing,
No.
I think that there has to be, like a way to definitively ensure that it is a fair fight and there's no funny business going on.
Well, I've said that about Crawford's gloves. I mean, I've never seen a guy's gloves explode on 2 different occasions. Yeah, that's what I've said.
Crawford.
I've said that about Crawford.
What?
Yes. So, what do you mean? What?
Are you serious?
Do you even know what I'm talking about, or because I think you sound kind of lost?
No. Crawford is highly skilled. There is no way that he's up to anything. Plus, when he's beaten up people, with the exception of Errol Spence, I've not seen them have incredibly swollen features, etc. So much so that there is some suspicion as to something that has occurred. I will say I've never seen Erickson Lubin beaten as badly as he was with. I keep on forgetting his name. Fondora. I will say that Fondora definitely seems to have an advantage that he uses to great effect. Absolutely. There has been no proof that he's doing anything untoward, but there could be other fighters who may be cheating because, unfortunately, it is a sport in which that occurs, and there's a lot of risk. I mean, for example, there was a young lady who was in a boxing match, I think on the pro boxing circuit, etc., who was in hospital, who was in a coma as a result. So what should occur is that after every fight, boxers should be asked to give their gloves, give their hand wraps to a third party, maybe to the commission, so that testing can be done to ensure that, again, it's a fair playing field and there's nothing untoward taking place.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're saying you didn't see anything suspicious from Crawford. I mean, to me, suspicious is when the gloves burst twice, not just once, which is rare enough, but twice, and once in front of everybody, in front of the cameras, and then when the referee points it out, Crawford tries to hide the gloves, and then before the Madrimal fight, they burst before the fight. So that to me is suspicious. And then on top of that, you're talking about and then you talk about the hand wraps. Sorry, but you're talking about the hand wraps. Crawford, after the Havanesian fight, showed up to the press conference with the hand wraps on. I think he showered with them on or something.
Wow.
So that was very bizarre. But I agree, though. This is that's what I'm saying. I agree. This is a serious sport, and it shouldn't be taken lightly, because people say that, like, well, the commissioners are there and all that. Yeah, but they can also be corruption, or they can be incompetence. So I think we should.
The promotion can be in on it.
And I would not leave this up to the trainers or any of the opposing camp's team to find out, because unfortunately a lot of them are negligent. Some of them don't even look at the hand wraps. An example of that would be Cotto. When Cotto was facing Margarito for the first time, his own team were not able to catch Margarito on putting plaster of Paris in his gloves, but it took Nassim Richardson from Shane Mosley's camp in order to do that. So they should actually, rather than having an eye test, because how can you simply look at the gloves and tell what's going on? There should be chemical testing on these gloves anytime the opposing side wants it to be done, and it should be done.
Chemical testing.
Chemical.
Isn't that what drug tests are? What are you talking about?
No. On the hand wraps, and the gloves.
That's what they did.
They test the hand wraps, especially back here.
They found traces. Then they found traces of what? What did they find on Margarito's glove?
They found traces of material traces of compounds that's possibly consistent with the plaster of Paris. And they never actually found plaster of like the way people make it out to be is as if Margarito had plaster of Paris cast on.
Yeah,
his
he would have
gloves.
broken his hands. We talked with Jimmy. He would have broken his hands. It's true.
By the way, I'm hearing a lot of
sense.
feedback here. Joe, I think it's on your end. I can hear myself.
Well, Nazim, the only reason Nazim caught it is because it takes one to know one. Like, he's a cheater himself. He got caught. Giving his guy some funny business with his hand wrapped.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way he could have noticed.
Yeah,
it.
no.
What was his name? Milwaukee, right? It was the Cunningham and Milwaukee.
Yeah, Cunningham was thumbing these fucking guys. They would cut the thumb. They would open it up. They hit multiple times, man. He was thumbing a bunch of boxers, man. So I mean, Nazim Richardson. These guys highly suspicious.
All right, but listen, we're getting into
he knows
the glove thing.
Yeah, we're getting into.
I've also heard that sometimes the tint from the gloves can seep through and onto the wraps. But also, if you look at this picture here, you see there's significant bleeding from Keith Thurman. So maybe when Fondora took his gloves off, maybe he rubbed some of the blood on his trunks. That would
explain it,
right? But
that would explain it. Okay. But like at least we have to ask the question, because if you see red on a boxer's white hand wraps, you can't simply say, okay, well, there's nothing going on here. It's a bit confusing to see.
Yeah, they should definitely take this serious.
You know what they should
when it comes to gloves, wraps, and all that shit. Yeah, go ahead.
They should address it. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, but go ahead.
I want to say though, but like what we saw yesterday, I don't think it was shocking or surprising. I mean, it was just one guy landing basically everything he threw, and that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what's gonna happen for 6 rounds. You're gonna have a Keith Thurman's face getting all swelled up. I don't see anything.
Well, that did not surprise me, because Thurman has apparently had a lot of. First of all, I don't even know if the extent or the severity of the injury, but he had injuries which kept him out. Boxing is not a sport like other sports. If you are inactive in boxing, you will lose a lot of your skill. It's just the way it is. The only person I've seen who have taken a long layoff and been able to get back to it as if he never left was Floyd Mayweather. Everybody else who has been active for a period of time, and for example, a person who many feel was the greatest boxer ever, Muhammad Ali, he was prevented from boxing for a period of about 3 years. When he came back, that's when he now had to institute the rope-a-dope as opposed to dancing and avoiding, ducking, weaving. He now effectively laid on the ropes and had to change his whole style.
He was just a lazy
after that period. So inactivity is effectively the death knell of a career in the most brutal sport of all.
And by the way, when Mayweather returned, he was in his early 30s, I believe. Thurman's been out since he was like early 30s and then up into his late 30s. So the older you get, the less you can just go out there and take it easy and just take this take these years off. It's not good. It's not good. And some people are now accusing him of just growing fat on the money, growing complacent, and then trying to fight every 2 years to get a payday here every 2 years. He's comfortable with that, but he must be feeling like crap after yesterday because he got utterly dominated. And like Butcher, you made a good point. You said
it's over. He's 37. Yeah.
And Butcher, you made a good point. You said if he would have returned against a guy who had a style like a Devin Haney or whatever, and let's say he loses a decision or whatever. Hey, I'm Keith Thurman. I'll be back. But now
I just lay off 12 rounds. But no, he got destroyed. Like, this is the thing. This is why Fondora is better than his other boxers. He actually destroys his opponents. He doesn't take him 12 rounds. If he would have, if Keith Thurman would have lost a 12-round decision against some American boxer, right? He could have said after the fight, well, I mean, I was coming off a layoff. I needed this and that. I'll be back. But after this destruction, when Keith Thurman says, I'll be back, everybody's like, no, you're not. And you shouldn't come back.
Yeah. The problem that he does more talking than fighting. That is an issue. But I would like to actually turn to the Moses Itauma fight. Is that all right, BDA?
Well, you usually leave before everybody else. So if you want to give us your thoughts, and then we got
it. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So, man, I've been watching boxing for a long time. Yeah, decade, I would say. Not to effectively expose my age or whatever, but I've been watching boxing for a while. I've not seen a heavyweight in years that has that kind of speed and power. And sad to say, for a lot of people who are like, fans of sport, he will beat everybody.
Ooh.
Everybody apart from possibly Tyson Fury. So that includes like, your favorite boxer whose poster you have on your wall. He will defeat them all. But the only person that could give him problems because of the height and the reach is Tyson Fury. But even Tyson Fury is somebody I expect Itauma to beat. And the reason for that is because Itauma has speed of a middleweight, speed of a welterweight, and he's also got skills in excess of all of these other boxers. You saw how difficult, how intractable a problem Franklin was for Joshua. Joshua had to spend several rounds. He took all kinds of punches, etc. And if you notice, Joshua changed his style prior to that fight, and he changed it thereafter. So he didn't even know how to deal with Franklin, and people saw Franklin as a very, very difficult test. In addition to that, Dylan White also faced Franklin. The way that Itauma dismantled Franklin shows that he probably may bear no equal in the sport as it stands now.
Well, he
will defeat, and I think that he should even face Caballel next, because one thing I don't like about a lot of promoters in the UK is that they overly protect their fighters to the extent that they don't face real challenges at all. American promoters don't do that. They'll put you in and and also Turki Al-Sheikh never does that. The great thing about Turki Al-Sheikh is that he's like the UFC. He will force you to fight the best, and if you lose, too bad. That's it. But Frank Warren, why is Itauma even facing Franklin in the first place? He should be facing Wardley, Dubois, etc. That's the level he's at. He's not at the Franklin level. So the only thing that could hold Itauma back is the fact that old fish eyes Frank is effectively very, very obstreperous, very curmudgeonly, and may not want his prized cash cow to face real tests. But the sad part is, and the ironic part is, that this guy is the best there is currently. All he has to do is prove it, and he can. And I will also say, anybody can correct me. The last thing I'll say is that I think, from what I heard, he started boxing in Eastern Europe. Is that correct?
He was born in Eastern Europe, right? Or one of his parents, but I don't know if that's
Slovakia. Yeah, he has Slovakia.
Yeah, I think he may have, and that is, I think, the key to why his style is so great, because he doesn't box like a UK boxer. He's completely different. So the funny thing is that probably added. I suspect that he did learn the Soviet or the Eastern European style, and that's why he has such a great style. So man, this has changed the game. Really, it's completely changed the game.
The commie style is what they call it. But yeah, that's high praise indeed right there from Lion Legal. And Lion Legal shows you that you can effectively, politely insult somebody if you just get a thesaurus. But I'll say this, we're going to get to the Moza Itauma thing, because yeah, I was pretty impressed, let me tell you. But we still got a couple of things to talk about here as it pertains to the Keith Thurman versus Fondora fight. So, okay, so I don't think we need to play the clip of Keith Thurman complaining about the referee. And by the way, that sometimes can come and bite a fighter in the behind, because if you insult the refs, the commission doesn't take too kindly on that, even though I think fighters should be able to complain. But it's you never know when they're going to have it in for you. But yeah, Thomas Taylor, by the way, that's the referee that Joe loves so much. That dude, I still remember, man, in the Richard Torres versus Vianello fight. Vianello is clinching every 10, 15 seconds, and the referee in the second round, Thomas Taylor, goes, hey, he's warning him sternly throughout those 2 rounds, and then he finally took a point away. And I'm thinking, finally, a referee, he's going to disqualify this guy, because if he keeps on clinching that way, it's only the second round. He's already taking a point away. Good, that's what I want to see. He's going to disqualify him eventually. The guy kept on clinching, Vianello did, and then Thomas Taylor just let him go. So in other words, he kept doing the same thing he was doing from the first round. Which is what got him. That's what led the referee to scream and take a point away from Vianello. But then the guy kept on doing it, and Thomas Taylor just stopped. And that's when I said, okay, what's going on here? That's been leading to the discussion about whether state athletic commissions or maybe even the networks or whatever discourage referees from disqualifying fighters, because that is indeed, it's like a ruined orgasm. It's no boxing fan wants to go through that. And so I think maybe that's why they discourage that. But nevertheless, that referee, like Joe was saying, Thomas Taylor and these guys, they with their micro alerts, their micro instructions throughout the fight, it's almost like they want to be seen. They want to be constantly seen. And don't forget the old adage, a good referee is one that you don't notice. These guys need to remember that.
Exactly.
And again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be giving instructions. What I'm saying is only do it when it matters, when a guy is doing something egregious or when clinching, dipping below the waist, not trying, back foot bitching it and doing the ass tactics.
Again, remember Joe Cortez, he would stop a fight, he would tell the fighters, come here.
Yeah, exactly.
And he would start talking to them
like Scorpion.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, what an idiot.
I fucking hated Cortez. I fucking hated him.
Well, I remember.
You guys, BDA, you want to hear what Tim Bradley had to say about this fight?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Unless he's doing the fucking, does he start going into fucking Bill Cosby voice? Because I can't handle it tonight.
Yes, of course.
Right,
of course.
Let's play it. All right.
But you wasn't even in the fight, Keith. You was getting your ass blown out, bro. So
your ass blown out.
Your face looked like you had a whole bunch of pepperonis all over that mother.
What's that? He says his face, Turner's face looked like he had pepperonis all over it.
Yeah, but he also said he got his ass blown out. I mean, what the fuck?
And your face looked like you had a whole bunch of pepperonis all over that motherfucker. Bro, the referee was like, man, let me save you, man, because your wife gonna look at you different. You go back home with all them pepperonis all over you. She gonna look at you different. That's it. So, referee saved your ass, man, because you was gonna be a meme. Highlight reel, ESPN. Yeah, you was gonna be a meme because he was gonna body your ass, bro. For real, he was gonna put your ass in the damn dirt.
Wait, I think he said something else after.
Straight up.
You know, he can talk all big like that, but he'll end up in the same situation with Fondora, Timothy Bradley. He'll be in the situation with Fondora.
He'd probably say,
I
have more fights in me. I have more fight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's like talking shit like about Keith Thurman.
I hate to have to do this, man, but how much you guys want? How much you guys
beat up by a fucking giant? So easy with the fucking, like you're nothing, you're shit. You got your ass beat up. You look like a fucking pepperoni face, man. He got beat up. He wasn't there to quit. They had to pull it out of, they had to put the ref out there and everything. He wanted to fight, and you could see he wanted to fight. I commend that. I mean, we all saw we all felt it like he was gonna get his ass kicked no matter what. So,
what did you think about the stoppage?
I think the stoppage was a little, just a teeny bit, a little early, just a teeny bit, not too. Because
I said seventh round. One more round, or what do you mean?
So I said seventh stoppage, but after like the first few rounds, the first round or the second round, I think it was the first round, and it went to 6. It's fine. It was the guy couldn't do it, man. He doesn't have the legs anyway. Even if he had the legs, it would still be very difficult to fight Fondora. It would be a difficult task, to pull off a victory of any kind for Thurman.
Well, I gotta tell you, we got a lot to get to. First of all, I want to say to everybody, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like, really helps us out. We got a long way to go. We've been 30 minutes in, and we're still on the main event, but we got a lot of subjects to get to. So sit down.
Can we get to it?
Hold on, please. Let me finish. You hunker down, because I think this is going to be a long one. So get yourself a drink, get yourself whatever you need to, maybe a little bag, if you know what I mean, to wake yourself up, because we got a long way to go. Go ahead, Jill. Well, yes.
Ruben was getting his ass beat, and he fucking knocked down Fondora. Remember, that was like the fight of the year.
Yeah. That was a very good fight, because they let it go. They didn't stop it. They could have stopped in the second round. Well, I'm exaggerating, but it was a back and forth affair, of course.
But you said we're gonna have a long show. I'm gonna go tan and get my hair cut, and I'll be back like that referee.
You're gonna get your nails done, and
yeah.
All right.
I'll make sure my bangs are up. Like that fucking retard.
Hey, I wanted to bring something up here and this pertains to the broadcast itself. Now, first of all, I was listening to Ringside Reporter, shout out to Eric and Beebs, and they made a good point. These BBC commentators, it's Mauro Ranallo, it's the other dude who used to be on Combat Sports or whatever, with the guy who turned into a left wing moralizer now, or whatever you want to call it. And then who else is the other guy? Who's the color commentator? Abner Mares, right? Was it Abner Mares? Who was the expert commentator yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was Abner.
Yeah,
Abner, right. So you got those
With
three
his
guys.
sunglasses.
Yeah, with the sunglasses. And then Ronaldo.
Yeah, Brian Campbell. It was Brian Campbell,
All right.
Abner Mares, and the play-by-play guy.
Right. So
Yeah.
Mauro Ronaldo, who's bipolar, he said it himself. I'm not making fun of him. And Mauro Ronaldo and Brian Campbell. I didn't know that guy's name. And they go back and forth trying to one-up each other with the one-liners and references. Like they're doing Family Guy references. Like this reminds me of the time I went back in time and back to like what they're trying. That's what the guys at Ringside Reporter say. It's true. They're trying to be comedians. Slow it down, guys. One joke here or there, okay, but they're trying all the time. And now I wish I'm going to start for every PBC card from now on. I'm going to start recording the audio and find some of these gems because unfortunately I didn't do it yesterday. But boy oh boy, there would have been a lot.
Good idea.
And I wanna play you this. This is from the Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. And Tank Davis, hold on, what the fuck? What is this shit thing? Okay, hold on a second. Tank Davis was wearing this shiny silver shoes, like a spaceman from the 1950s type shoes. And these guys had nothing to do but talk about his shoes. Check this out. This is an actual clip. It's not AI or anything. I'll give you the timestamp later.
How about those shoes on Tank, by the way? You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that more. You can put on your makeup.
I mean, come on. They're talking about the shoes. Like, oh, first of all, you could put your makeup on that. That's the first thing that goes to your mind when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, not arranging your hair, arranging your tie, putting on makeup, putting on the butt plug.
That's interesting. You said that because I was actually thinking that when they had the rapper, I think on the preliminaries, what was it? The Cameron dude. I said, man, they're trying to dumb this down. They're just dummy. If you look at HBO when they had Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley, it's like they tried to be too hotty-toddy, high society, and that rubbed people the wrong way. And now it looks like we're trending back to like a dumbed down. Don't you hear that? They're dumbing down society,
right?
And that's what it seems like they're trying to do now with the PBC.
Well, we're proof of that, by the way. But listen, I'm not trying to because they sound like good guys. I mean, they're not bad people or whatever, but they do sometimes go overboard with that pro PBC thing. Because I remember even Joe Goosen, and I like Joe Goosen, man. But in that build up to the Tank Davis Roach fight, he goes, Tank Davis just dominates everybody, even to a point where people just tune in to see if somebody can give him a good fight. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, he loses rounds all the time to the point where the fights are even before he knocks people out. He builds himself out of his power. So again, the it's way too pro PBC. I know all of them are biased to a certain degree. And then talking about
How about those shoes on Tank, by the way? You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that more.
I mean, come on. Talking about the shoes and the jokes, it's enough.
Your lipstick on, like
a little professionalism.
What are these people doing?
A little professionalism, please. And then another gripe that I had, and that is, and again, this wasn't a deal breaker or whatever, but it does look unprofessional. The sound kept going on and off. Somebody was kept because when they mic these places, these arenas before for a sporting event, they gotta equalize it. Because you gotta balance too the sound of the crowd, so and then balance the sound of the commentators so that the crowd doesn't overwhelm them because they got multiple mics and all that. So it does take some good sound engineering. The sound kept going on and off. They kept switching in between mics sometimes. You could hear the crowd more sometimes, and then all of a sudden you couldn't hear the commentators as much. It's like, and then
the PBC budget at this point.
I mean, I suppose, but Abraham Gonzalez, who's he broke the news the other day that the Zone was going to re-up the deal with El Hoya. Abraham Gonzalez said, the audio has been bad for Fundora Thurman. Whoever was in charge of that tonight shouldn't work another event. And I agree. And I'm curious, did you guys notice the sound going in and out, or am I just do I have OCD?
I wasn't really paying attention.
All right.
Somebody has background noise. Hey, BDA, can you get to the Charlo thing? Because I got
well before that
some
is Abraham Gonzalez a Mexican Jew?
I knew somebody was gonna go there, and it had to be Gypsy, who just recently got into that whole thing there. So everywhere he looks now, it's like Roddy Piper in They Live. He sees him all over the place as long as he puts on those glasses.
He started everywhere, bro.
That's right. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. And before we get to that, Bucho, because Jermall Charlo, some people say he stole the show. But Clarissa Shields went at Keith Thurman, because remember, she's been saying for years that she could beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman finally replied the other day, and he said, what state is she from? You know, did they legalize marijuana over there? Because she must be on the good stuff. And then he called her, what did he call her? Chick with a dick? Something like that. Well, Clarissa Shields gloated after the fight, saying, yeah, Keith got beat so bad the ref had to save him. Got beat the fuck down. Say what you want. I ain't never got my ass kicked like that, especially in a world title fight. So then...
Who has she fought? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? So then people, I mean, I looked at the comments here and... Hold on a second. This thing is... So people went at her on the first couple of comments. Keith has never fought a Walmart cashier, somebody said. Another person said, you bugging the... Another one said, you bugging the fuck out. This dude just fought a 6'5" giant. Humble yourself. Jesus Christ. Whoa. And then another guy said, you make it so hard to support you. You're annoying as fuck. Those are the nicest ones I could find, by the way. Some of them, they feature a lot of words that rhyme with runt, if you know what I mean. So, and then, hold on, I think I got one more here. Oh, yeah, because then she replied again. She actually ended up tweeting like 5 hours ago or something like that. And then she said, hold on a second, that's not it. Oh no, I don't have it. Anyway, she replied saying, y'all crybabies defending him or something like that, he said. And people were saying, and she said that she called those people crybabies, the people who were defending Keith Thurman. And I said, wait a minute, I don't ever recall. First of all, she's the one with the thin skin, the thinnest skin in boxing, more than Crawford and more than Shakur Stevenson. And then on top of that, I don't recall, even that being said, I don't recall those guys or Keith Thurman ever calling into a YouTube show pretending to be somebody else defending herself. Remember that's what happened with Clarissa Shields. She called into a show pretending to be somebody else. Well, talk about that. So does she have some goal making fun of Keith Thurman?
Yeah. I mean, she already had it out for him after he lost to Manny Pacquiao, right? So it just shows how racist she is, right? Because she took that Manny Pacquiao beating Keith Thurman. She looked at Manny Pacquiao so low that the fact that he beat up Keith Thurman made her think that she could beat up Keith Thurman. He said in an interview, like, "Oh, if he can even beat up little Pacquiao, how's he gonna whoop me?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
boy.
She could beat up Pacquiao or something. You know what I mean?
If that yellow boy, if that yellow, yeah.
But Thurman has not lost his career yet. Yes,
look at that body. Look at that body.
Thurman's career is not over yet. Yes, one more fight. Clarissa Shields. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Why
Beat that
not?
bitch up.
She's asking for
that'd
it.
Be a fucking epic one.
She's asking for it. If she can, if she can move and throw, let her go. Why not, man? And yeah, but I mean, like I said, or like Silver said, she is off the rails crazy. And so I really do wonder what's gonna happen with her because so many people hate. And again, she has some nerve saying, "Oh, all these crybabies." She's the biggest crybaby on Twitter, as it pertains to the boxing community. So, yeah, people really went at her, man. People really went at her. I wouldn't go at her, as you can see on the screen.
When you got a woman that her ego is not in check, so this is how she behaves. You know, a woman that's not ego hasn't been checked, so they're gonna be overboard. They're gonna see all kinds of things. You know what I mean?
Surprised you didn't blame the juice for that one. But hey, by the way, I found this is the tweet I was talking about. I'm just doing what he would do if I was to lose in a fashion like that. Equal trash talk. No need to be crying like babies on here. Well, I mean, I don't know what she's talking about. Has Keith Thurman? How does she know that Keith Thurman would make fun of her? She doesn't know that. She's speculating, which is, I suspect, is something she does a lot. But
but she must have nobody tell her that she's fighting cafeteria ladies and part-time school teachers. No, I mean she is.
I watched her last fight.
She's not fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, Keith got his ass whipped by a top-ranked top guy. Fine, but you're fighting cafeteria ladies. These people are nurses, and they're not full-time fighters that she's fighting.
You're absolutely right. See, Frank, they call Frank Bay here the voice of reason in the boxing community. They do that for a reason. No pun intended. But yeah, so Butcher brought that up. Again, we're going to get to the undercard. We're going to go through that. But the guy who stole the show yesterday over in Vegas was Jermall Charlo. And I always confuse Jermall. So in case you're confusing them as well, Jermall is a former 154-pound undisputed champion. All right, Jermall. And he showed up to the fight. And a lot of people used to say that his brother Jermall was the one who had the mental issues. Well, this is from Chicana Boxing on YouTube. And I think she's on Twitter too. And she filmed this. Check this out.
Ask somebody.
He'll take anybody. He called out everybody. Thank you.
Everybody can't beat me. Who can beat me in this division?
If you had a choice right now, who would you like? Who would be like, I beat that guy right now. Put him in the ring and with me.
That bitch they just fought, Fondora. What the fuck you talking about? I'm fighting Fondora. He just got the belt. That's my belt. Nobody took my titles. Nobody. I lost my titles because I fought Canelo. Duh. Get the money, dummies.
Why is he wearing this Gary Oldman Dracula sunglasses? What the fuck? Hey, Keith Thurman is. Hey, look at that. Keith Thurman in the back. Do you look at that? See Keith Thurman on the left? That's Keith Thurman from the past, with a head full of hair and all that. Look at that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's
weird.
Shit. I'm telling you. You know what? Because real quick, remember Keith Thurman.
Bitch ass Fundora. Bitch ass Fundora.
I think so. But remember, Keith Thurman reads the Lesser Keys of Solomon and all that. So I'm pretty sure maybe he did some occult time traveling. But anyway, yeah. He called the Fundora bitch.
I really know.
Yeah, I want a bitch ass.
Not to fuck over Fondora's victory lap. Charlo will knock his ass out. If Charlo is anything that he used to be, he can grab it. Yeah, he is doable. It's doable for him. You better stay away from that dude. I think you should fight other guys like Virgil Ortiz is a better
I don't know about that.
Are you kidding me?
I know, bro. Like styles make fights. It's just I can
That's
see
what
that
they said
happening.
about Thurman, man.
And
I'm telling you, Thurman. They were saying he was gonna land that right hand, like just. Nah, man. I think.
I didn't pick Thurman. I said maybe he got a shot, but I picked Fondora at the end. But Charlo,
at the very end.
Him losing fucking rounds and then all of a sudden catching him with a shot. It's possible. It's not out there. It's not as impossible at all.
Well, speaking of possible,
and Charlo does possess that pop, so it's not like Thurman, who's like a fucking 147 pounder.
Well, speaking of possible, Sobers just posted a tweet here of, I don't know if it's I think it's a tweet. Somebody's replying to Adam's boxing show, and the guy goes, I think Errol can beat him, talking about Fondora. He has a style to do so. Keith clearly doesn't have an inside game. Errol has the range, the body work to stop him late. He forgot to say he's got that dog.
Here we go.
He forgot to say he's got that
Here
dog.
we go. I mean Spence,
Errol will
seriously?
get battered. At this point, Errol Spence will get battered by Fondora.
What about Charlo? When was the last time Jermall had a fucking fight? What do you think?
Sobers let him go at it. Like he just wants to. He just wants to see us.
Listen to listen to what Bradley had to say about Charlo. Here we go. Wait, hold on.
Well, we didn't even see that Charlo full Charlo.
Drunk ass Charlos. That's all y'all do is drink, bro. Man, y'all gonna drink yourself to death, man. God damn, that's all y'all do is drink, bro. Every time I see y'all doing it, y'all drunk as hell, man. That shit should be embarrassing, man. You ain't gonna never come back. You keep drinking like that.
He's right.
He's true.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, right. When was the last time
Coke?
he's drunk? And when was the last time when was that Canelo fight?
3 years, damn near 3 years ago. Coke and alcohol.
3 years? No, get the fuck out of here. No,
Coke
man.
and alcohol are
there's no way he beats Fondora. There's no way he beats Fondora.
No. Well, at this in his state, no. Look, Coke and alcohol are the two are the worst things you can do if you're a boxer.
How do you know? He definitely he's on something. And he hasn't fought in 3 years.
Yeah. Okay. That's you're right. I'm not saying he's on Coke, but I mean, he's on something. He's on something. Look at him. And if his brother's in the indication, they probably party together or something. I don't know. Yeah.
They're all on something. They're always on.
No, him and his brother.
Either on then fucking now they're recreational drugs. So let's do it, man. Let's make this fight happen. I think that'd be a good fight for the dumbass. Possibly get his ass beat up too. Who knows? You never know. Because if he's past his fucking best, it's a good chance Fondora wipes the floor with him. But if he's not, yeah.
There's a lot of good fights right now out there. I mean, this is not a fight that I want to see. And by the way, they asked Lukowicz. Could be. I mean, I don't know. They asked Lukowicz. He says, I don't think Ortiz, because they were asking Fundora what was next, and Lukowicz took the fucking mic, and he says, I don't think the Ortiz fight will happen. Management made a mistake. They got greedy. I don't know if they were talking about De La Hoya or he was talking about
he must have been,
Ortiz's manager.
Well, he said management, so he's probably talking about Rick Meridian.
Yeah, manager. Ortiz will probably not fight this year, and he will probably get stripped of the WBC interim title. So let's talk about somebody else. he said. And then they asked him, what about Zayas and Ennis, the winner? He's like, oh, if it's on PBC, then we got no issue. If it's on PBC, we got no issue. We are loyal to the PBC. Like, what is this? We are loyal to the PBC. Aren't you loyal to your fighter? What's best for your fighter, not what the PBC is like. It should be, the priority should be your fighters.
Excellent point.
Not the PBC, not Al Heyman. But anyways, that's what he was saying. So,
well, Butcher, hold on.
Yeah,
excellent. First of all, that's an excellent point. Whether it's on, you go where the best deal is. Other guys have gone over to Turkey Al Shikos, like Carlos Adames went over there. Rolly fought on one of those Riyadh season cards. And also, here's the thing. I remember, Samson. People still repeat the same thing. Canelo dog Benavides. Remember that Samson Luka was because I don't. He's still with Benavides, right? Or did he finally leave him? I don't know if they ever confirmed that. He was the one who was
involved. He still has Benavides on a leash.
Well, there you go. And remember that Samson Luka was there present when they were negotiating with Canelo, and they demanded TV rights. And again, all these people, Canelo docked him. You're demanding TV. Who are you to demand anything from the A side? And now they're doing the same thing here with all the other guys on all the other promotional outfits on the zone. And these guys are going, well, if it happens on the PBC, what PBC? They're not even getting any money from Amazon.
Who cares about it? It's no longer an entity. It shouldn't even exist at this point. This guy is like, well, if it's on the PBC, as if it's a big fucking network, as if a big promotional company, as if they have multiple cards already scheduled for their year. We don't need, what the fuck is the next BBC card? I don't even know. Maybe they have one.
Well, they're saying that
by the way,
yes.
Yeah, it's a super chat.
Oh, yes. Hold on a second. Shout out to who we got here. Shout out to Pugil Design. Shout out to Pugil Design for his contribution with the super chat. He says, I agree. I think Mel could KO Fondora. Mel big enough to reach Fondora's chin and has 1 KO punching power. Would be a fun fight. I agree about the power thing, but you need timing too to do that. And I don't
think he's done. He's finished. How old is the guy too?
I mean, this guy is kind of trash. I mean, remember when he fought the Argentinian guy? I forgot his name. That was one of the guys that beat him. No. The Argentinian dude, Charlo, fought the.
Castaño.
See his name? Castaño, yeah. Castaño was beating him every single fucking round. He managed to only hurt Castaño only 2 rounds, and those are the only 2 rounds you could possibly give to Charlo. But that's his thing. That's his MO. Like his power. He bails him out. It's kind of like fucking Deontay Wilder in a way. And the second one, what's his name? Castaño went overboard because he knew he wasn't going to get the decision, and he gassed himself out, and he got caught with a fucking, was it like a right hook or something? I don't even remember. Something of that nature. And he got fucked up.
Yeah, but he's coming off 3-year layoff. He's 34, 35, I think, at this point. I think he's gonna be 35. This is the thing, though. If he was prime Jermall Charlo, yeah, of course I would give him a chance. But at this point, look at him. He's drunk all the time.
By the way, shout out to shout out to Virtuoso as well. Shout out to Virtuoso for his contribution via the Buy Me a Coffee app. Shout out to Virtuoso, who says, I'll pay for a Clarissa Shields versus Tank pay-per-view fight. He likes to beat up women. She wants to fight men. Let's meet in the middle. So, shout out to Virtuoso. What do you guys think about that? I mean, hey, Clarissa Shields is going around clowning guys after they lose. She's very adamant about how she would beat him up. Tank he's not averse to punching a woman or assaulting a woman. Why not let him go at it? And by the way, my prediction.
You said before she would beat him up. So she thinks she can whoop his ass. So let's see.
She should change her sex and become a male, and then go in the male league. Then we can finally see her fighting against dudes. It'd be easier.
That's true.
Not that hard nowadays.
Hey man, listen, that sounds like a good idea. My prediction would be Tank Davis would probably drop her with a body shot, but then he wouldn't be active enough. That's one thing Clarissa Shields has. So I think eventually Tank gets a little bit frustrated and tries to choke her out, the way he did with that girl at the basketball game. So that's my prediction, and I would pick
gloves. How the fuck is that gonna happen?
Well, listen, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And believe me, Tank Davis is an expert at finding way, improvising and overcoming when it comes to assaulting women. He knows all the tricks. So that's a fight that I would pay good money for. Let me tell you. Now, should we? Okay, so there was another video here, Jermall Charlo, because he was all over the place. He was going willed and powered by the force of illicit substances, allegedly, right? Allegedly. And so he ended up going on over to other parts of the arena here. He actually met up with, is it Amado Vargas or Amando Vargas? Anyway, one of the Vargas kids. Check out the exchange they had.
Your brother, I hope you and your bro make back, bro. I know how that is. Well, I'm
brother on some other
But guess what?
Why the you post a picture with that old weak ass trying to beat me?
Can I
Take my
tell you
bills,
something?
though. You want my bills?
Can I say
You gonna post a picture with your brother?
Big bro.
Oh, the that hate your brother.
Big bro, it's the
Hang
devil.
on.
It's the devil.
It's the
That's
devil.
what that way, big bro. You gotta pray and ask God to that you guys find peace and pray.
This looks like a conversation you'd hear at a fucking alley in Manhattan or something. What the fuck are they? What the fuck are they talking
Are they both
about?
drunk?
They're both on something. Look at people. Look at them. Like it's like being in a zoo or something. Look, all these people with their cameras on. They're watching this fucking mess going on.
Get on your knees.
Get on your knees.
This is a drunk conversation, bro. This is two drunk guys talking to each other. That's what that is.
Yeah, this
Does
is like
Vargas actually has a scar, Tony Montana's fucking tattoo on his arm.
I mean,
what the
come on.
fuck? Like,
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's.
You see Kevin Hart in the background there too. I don't know if you guys see him there. There you go. See there he is.
Yeah, that's him.
But
if that persists, they're gonna say, "I love you, man. I love you too, bro," and then they're just gonna walk away.
I love you, bro. I love you. And you just hear pants unzipping. But this is what. Let's continue hearing there a little bit of this.
Pray and ask God to that you guys find peace and pray and get on your knees. And you need
Yeah,
a
check, I
guess
gotta
what?
go.
Sometimes I
You're
love
watching
you.
all this. I love you, bro. That was amazing what you just said. I thank you for
God, yeah, they're definitely. This sounds like a conversation between. This sounds like
You're gonna get on your knees and pray. Oh,
I
that's
told you,
amazing,
bro.
man. Oh, this
I
guy's
know
not
this
beating
shit.
Fondora,
I've seen
man.
him million
This guy's
times.
not beating Fondora. Hell no. Look at him.
You're not supposed
Look
to
at
have
him.
love
He's a
in your
fucking
heart
mess.
to be Fondora, huh? You're
Yeah,
supposed
exactly.
to have no love.
He needs to put on that spiritual armor.
I mean, this does sound like a conversation that drunk people would have, like or people who are high on something. It's like, man, I think we all have like power over our lives, man. That's what you're saying. It's so deep. It's like they're just saying
Oh,
this.
that's so beautiful what you said.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
yeah.
frivolities that sound amazing and overwhelming.
Well, that's when you're on drugs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're on drugs. Everything's like just.
No, not necessarily ayahuasca.
Yeah, check, I gotta go. You're watching all this. I love you, bro. That was amazing what you just said. I thank you for everything. I got God. I found God. My brother gotta find God. We both gotta find God. I can't chase him to find God. I got my own family. People.
Well, at least it's a positive conversation. At least it's not. I'm going to shoot you. Or,
Bro, he said you want my number? I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, what's that about, man? What's gonna happen, man?
We can talk about Jesus.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. This conversation was a little bit weird. You want get on your knees, give me your number, open up. I was like, all right, listen. We still got a lot to get to, so don't forget to hit the like. Really helps us out. That was Jermall Charlo yesterday over at the Las Vegas at the Fundora fight. And like we said, he was going all over the place, talking with everybody, hugging everybody, giving interviews. And that's the thing. These guys know, the people filming, they know that this guy is on something, but it's going to get views. And we're going to play it and we're going to talk about it. And listen, nobody said that fighters are the most down to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Level-headed people out there. And this just shows it to you. But hey, listen, it wouldn't be a bad thing to have a good version of Charlo, a functional version back in the 154-pound division.
Well, he should have some like a comeback fight.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he should fight Fundora right away, but he's still a name, I guess. And by the way, what he's doing is pretty smart. Like now we're talking about this guy again. I actually forgot about him. You know what I mean? Because we're all talking about how good that 154-pound division is right now, and nobody's talking about Charlo. But now we are talking about Charlo. So he's smart marketing campaign.
When we talk about Moses Itauma, the killer.
The killer.
I tell you, he's a killer.
Well, first let's burn through this undercard here. Yoenis Tellez on the undercard. That was the co-main, as they like to call it. Defeated Brian Acosta by 10-round unanimous decision. He improves to 12-1. This coming after his upset loss last year against Barao, who ended up fighting Xander Zayas last year as well, or earlier this year, excuse me. And so Tellez, I first of all, let me just say, I don't think Tellez. Other people have beaten Acosta in Mendoza. What am I saying? Brian Acosta. Sorry, excuse me. Mendoza. La Bala Mendoza. Mendoza. He beat Mendoza. Tellez beat Mendoza by 10-round unanimous decision, and other people have beaten Mendoza in far more dominant fashion. So and he was a late replacement coming into this one, although he looked physically in shape, but I don't know how good his gas tank might have been. But yeah, Tellez, he looked good early on in his career, but then once he's upped the competition, he hasn't been looking like the killer that he appeared to be early on. So that's what I got there with that. Also on the undercard, Yuenli Hernandez, another Cuban, and another one from the Cuban 2.0 school. They're not running anymore. They're not back foot bitching it with the ass style. They're actually going for it. And Yuenli Hernandez, this one took place in the middleweight division. Again, Tellez versus Mendoza. That was at 154. And so we move up to 160, where Yuenli Hernandez holds Terrell Gaucher in the 4th round. And Hernandez improves to 10-0 with 9 knockouts. Poor Terrell Gaucher, man. I mean, he's being a solid fringe contender at 154 pounds. And now you ask him to move up against this fucking killer. Well, I mean, a very tough guy to beat at 160 pounds, let me tell you, Hernandez. He just looked way bigger than Gaucher. Gaucher with those fucking earmuffs, it wasn't going to work out. He was just a standing target for Hernandez. And Hernandez ended up beating him, stopping him in the 4th round. The stoppage, though, that referee, what's his name again? We've talked about him before. He was also the ref for the Roach versus Cruz fight, and he was a ref for, I think, Matias, right? Matias versus, what's his name? No, was he the referee for that one? I forget, but he did another fight. First of all, he's doing the sign of the devil in there. Look at that. What is he doing there? You see the horn thing? Well, actually, he's got 3 fingers, so it's not really per se. But anyway, the point is, he stopped the fight way too early. Again, I didn't like it. And like I said, like my father used to say, if he can move and throw, let him go. And I think Gaucher still had a little bit more left in him. I wanted to see more of a beating. I wanted to see more of a fight. I wanted to see a knockout. I wanted to see eyes rolling up to the back of the head. But unfortunately, this referee deprived us of that. And if you're paying, it's pay-per-view, I think you should give these guys like a little bit more leeway. That's my feeling on it. So anything you guys want to say about those undercard fights before we move on?
Not really.
Okay. And I forgot to say, Hovhannissian, Armenian heavyweight.
Oh, yeah.
6 feet 7 inches tall, I think, or more. Damn near 300 pounds. He beat up some Mexican cruiserweight, or a guy who looked like a cruiserweight. I don't know. He might have been a big dude, but this guy made him look small. And Hovhannissian, I mean, this dude he's like the Armenian Bakoli in there. Not as fast, maybe not as fluid, but he might be a problem there, depending on who he fights. So,
Yeah, was he a cruiserweight and he fought like Zerdo or something? Was that the same guy I'm thinking of?
I think you're mistaken there. I think you're I think you're sadly mistaken, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
We got so many killers, bro. You guys, like you said last time.
Okay, but
I'm playing.
The guy's name is the guy's name is Gurgen Hovhannissian. Is that how you pronounce it, Hovhannissian? Gypsy, you're Armenian. You're of the genocide tribe.
No, bro.
Okay.
No. It's if I see the name, it's probably Grigorian Hovhannissian, something like that.
Oh, okay. There you go. See, he has it down to a T there, Gypsy. But let's call. Yeah. Can we start calling him the Gurgen? Because this dude he does look like a marauder there. Like he just waltzes from village to village, just pillaging. 10-0 now. I don't know how many knockouts though.
He lost your beast. I mean, you take him out. I haven't seen him yet.
9 knockouts he has. 9 knockouts. So we'll keep an eye on this guy. But the heavyweight division is really getting interesting, let me tell you. And of course, if we're talking about the heavyweight division, we got to talk about the other fight that took place yesterday. It was in the evening here from the East Coast, but it was taking place in England. And it was Moses Itauma dazzling against Jermaine Franklin. That was a very, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Hyped performance, because he ended up stopping Franklin in the 5th round, dropped him in the 3rd. He was countering Franklin. Everything Franklin threw, he countered it from the first minute on with power punches. It was really interesting to see, because when a guy does something like that, where he's countering every single shot hard, you're thinking, okay, A, is he going to be able to keep it up? And B, is his opponent going to start? Because, there's a certain rhythm to that. So what happens if his opponent starts fainting or changing levels and changing speeds? Does that throw him off? Does that throw the counter puncher off? Well, it didn't really seem to. And Itauma kept on going strong and ended up stopping Jermaine Franklin, becoming the first man to stop Jermaine Franklin. A lot of people now are saying that, and you heard it from Line Legal like about 47 minutes ago or thereabouts, that nobody maybe one person, that's Alexander Usyk, can beat this guy. Fellas, what did you make of Moses Itauma's performance?
Yeah, I don't want to put you up on the spot, but he said Tyson Fury. He didn't say Alexander Usyk.
Oh, you're right. You're
But
right.
he didn't say, and the reason being, I still believe that maybe he'll give him problems, but I still I will bank on Moses to beat him, maybe by decision or late stoppage. But the thing is, Moses is a phenomenal fighter, bro. And he's a very humble dude, just like Fabio is. He's a guy that I'm looking forward to seeing knocking out almost everybody, if not everybody. And I do believe he will fucking knock out Usyk if they ever go up against each other, from what I've seen.
So hold on.
I wanted to see this fight before I made that conclusion, because I was already believing that he could probably do it, but I wanted to see this fight just to confirm the fact that he can actually do it. Yeah, he can.
You're
definitely
comparing
fucking
Franklin to Usyk, huh?
No, it's not. It's not the skill. It's not the skill
If he
set.
can beat him, you can obviously beat him. Okay.
No, listen, bro. It's the power and the
You need to
speed
calm down.
and the
we need
the
to relax
understanding of the distance and all that kind of stuff. He
You
can
need to change your
generate
panties
a
first.
lot of
Can he take a punch? Can he take a punch?
Change your mind.
Bro, look, listen, man. I'm not trying to interrupt you when you talk.
No.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is he got enough speed, enough timing, and understanding of what he needs to do to put Usyk away. Because if Usyk was taller and shit, like I can see him winning. I can see his power, but Usyk is a small in this heavyweight division. He's a small man, and it could that smallness is going to be an issue. And the reason why I believe, we're saying Franklin, he cracked the chin of Franklin. Franklin's chin had yet to be cracked. There's one shot he throws that is like, I think it's lethal, man. He probably would kill somebody with that shit. They talk about Deontay. Well, that's his fucking left fucking hook. Man, when I was hearing that shit, it sounded like a fucking shotgun.
All right, with the
like that, bro. Like, I'm not even fucking playing. And that fucking
Okay, but Gypsy.
Can you wrap it up, bro?
The
Can you wrap it
cursing,
up?
man. The cursing, though, it's
yeah.
What's up? Because I'll give you another example. A guy like McKenzie went 12 rounds with Filip Hrgović, almost 12. Yeah, he went to 12. This guy stopped him in one round. Franklin had a lot more heart to survive there. A lot more heart. So he got stopped in the fifth. I said within 5. He got fucking stopped in 5. Or maybe
Gypsy,
6,
I got a question for you. I know you are a big fan of Fabio Wardley. Who wins, Wardley or Aitama right now?
After this performance, and what I've seen from Wardley, unless Wardley just improves, because they both got Ben Davison as a coach. So that's going to be a hard little thing to do. I mean, to put them up against each other. But they like learn off of each other. But the thing is, like, they probably know.
Who wins?
I think Moses will do it. Moses will do it. I said it last time. I said Moses will do it. Because he's not going to get hit much. He's not going to get punished much. He even against a lot of, except for maybe like against guys like Usyk and Fury, he will get hit a little bit more than anyone else. But against Caballero,
we gotta see. He has. We don't. Okay, people in the chat are saying we should move on here.
Boys, move on. We just got started talking about. I want to hear from Solvers.
No, he's moving on from Gypsy's fucking rant. That's what he's talking about.
All right. But I want to hear from Solvers too. Man.
So we're talking about Itauma's performance against Franklin, right?
That's right.
Well, he looked good in there. He looks like he's hit really hard. Franklin wasn't really throwing back, but I think it's because Itauma was just too fast and too strong. He's just way bigger in there. Moving like that at like he's 241 pounds, and he's kind of moving like a welterweight. He's going to be dangerous at the weight class. The only thing that he really needs to do now to see if he's a real deal is get chin checked. So, saying that, he'll beat this guy, he'll beat that guy, we don't know that yet, bro. Because, Anthony Joshua looked like he had all the goods too until he got his ass knocked out. So did Daniel Dubois. A lot of guys look like that until they get chin checked. So you guys get in a fight where someone hits him back. He hit too hard for Franklin to really respond. He tried to play defense a little bit. He lasted longer than most of his opponents, but he just couldn't throw anything back significant, and he got knocked the fuck out.
You bring
up for me, I don't know. I mean, Itauma looks really good. He looks like the real deal. You know, but like I said, he has to get chin check first. And as of right now, I'm riding with Wardley all the way to the title shot, bro. All the way to the title.
Well, that's the point of contention,
He's
right?
been baptized on fire. Whether he's losing, whether his technique is not there or not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's been baptized on fire, and he shows he can gut it out and come back from that.
That's a good point. That's
Look, I like Wardley, and I like Moses. I like both of them, but I think Moses will not most likely knock him out. Maybe Wardley will have a moment in there because he knows something about him because they're in the same camp. But other than that, this guy, and you're talking about chin check. This fool isn't really gonna get chin checked. He's that good. You're not gonna see a
Well,
chin
no one's
check.
gonna
You
hit him.
probably see
See, that's what I'm saying. You're overblowing it, bro. Like you're saying, he's almost bigger than Usyk. You know, Usyk is like 6'3", and Thomas like 6'4", 6'5". There's like an inch or two between them. It's not that much size.
We're now.
Usyk came in his last fought like 230. Itauma came in at what 241, like 10 pounds.
42. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 10, 12 pounds. It's not that big a difference. And Usyk is a smaller heavyweight. There's gonna be guys bigger than him.
He's been fighting guys bigger than him, and he's been knocking them out too.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're talking about Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua does not move like him. He never has. Anthony Joshua is a guy that he's also like very impulsive. Like when he sees, like there's blood, he just jumps and there's no back foot action with him. He just tries to duck and just power through his fucking opponent. This dude will jump back at any given second. He got a chin on him, and you'll find out eventually because there's sparring rumors with Daniel Dubois and everything. But you don't need to find. You're not gonna see it though because he's that good. He's the only one you're gonna probably notice it. Is
that
probably
doesn't
with
make sense.
Usyk.
No, you can't.
So the rumors, if you want to talk about rumors and sparring, I already got knocked the fuck out, and then he was like, sounded like he had CTE in some interview.
Because he's not.
You remember who that was?
No.
He's like.
I know what
They're
he's
saying
talking
he
about.
started out drunk and high, and people were like, "Oh no, he's just high as hell," but he got knocked out.
Dimitri Bivol never really got hit. Dimitri Bivol never really got hit. Yeah.
All right. Somebody in the Shetland distributor in the chat says Itauma already talks punch drunk. A lot of people
that's
are
what
saying
Sober's
that.
saying.
I'm not saying he's punch drunk.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. People are saying this fool's already getting knocked down in the ring, like he's going too hard. He's doing having gym wars.
Because I think we
He's like
talked
21.
about it with I think I talked about it with Sobers in the morning about how there's a video on YouTube where a guy says he puts examples of Itauma sounding punch drunk. I didn't watch the video, but I've only seen the comment section. People are saying no, it's because he's high on weed or whatever. Sobers is high on weed right now. You don't see him mumbling and my name is Sobers. I like that. You know what I mean? So there's something
High
going.
as fuck right now.
Exactly. He only starts.
Talk like that. Talk like
BDA. What's his name again? Parker, Joseph Parker. Would you say he has decent boxing skills? I'm talking boxing from the outside. And okay, put him in against Itauma. How's that? What happens in that fight? You know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
That's a very good.
That's a very good. It's a very good test. That's a very good test.
All right, but let me say this because I haven't chimed in here. Let me chime in here. I was impressed with the Franklin fight. But then I also think we should reel it in a little bit. And look, he beat Franklin, but how many advantages did he have over Franklin? He was younger, he was taller, and he hit harder. Franklin wasn't gonna outbox him. He wasn't gonna outgun him because the guy, Franklin is not even that big a puncher, and he's a heavyweight. He's not and it's not like he punches like Chris Bird where he's just snapping or whatever. No, he actually tries to load up on certain shots, and he doesn't have that great a KO record. So he wasn't gonna outgun.
He loves one shot.
Exactly. So he wasn't going to outgun Moses Itauma. He wasn't going to outbox him. Itauma was too fast. The only real shot he had was if he were to land one shot, right, which was implausible, and then or outwork him. And from the first round on, you saw, okay, it's probably not going to happen if Itauma can remain composed and have stamina in his tank. So, yes, I was impressed because, and again, this was genius matchmaking from Queensberry, because now everybody's talking about how Joshua couldn't stop Franklin. Meanwhile, this guy can. So yes, I'm impressed, but I'm not going around now saying, well, he can beat everybody just because he beat Franklin. Because I remember there's been other guys out there. Sergio Martinez. Long story short, he looked great when he debuted on HBO in 2008 against Alex Buñema. He looked flashy, like Itauma, flashy southpaw with power. It was a very entertaining performance where he decimated and obliterated Buñema. Then what happens? He takes on Kermit Cintron in his next fight. Cintron, a long-range boxer with a good long right hand. And controversy aside, it ended up being a draw, and Martinez really didn't look that good. People were booing. So I want to see now. Forget putting him in there against these guys like Chisora, right? Like short, fat heavyweights. Put him in there. I want to see him against Hrgovic, against Parker. I want to see how he deals with speed. I would ideally like to see him fight too a guy like a Jagba who can actually crack from long range. But also, if you're gonna put him against a guy who's not gonna move away, then put him in there with a guy like Bakoli or what's the other guy that I wanted to talk about? Fuck, there's another come forward guy that maybe even, and I know he's very easy to hit, but fuck it, let's see it. Joy Joyce. Let's see it. Let's see. Let's see this guy spend.
He already sparred Joe Joyce apparently, right? He already sparred him or something.
Okay, well, let's see it in the ring for real.
Yeah, no,
we're gonna see Caballero. That's what we're gonna see. He's gonna start shit the Caballero out. That's what he's gonna do.
Well, here's the other thing.
Like,
you guys were talking about Wardley.
No.
Here's the other thing. You guys were talking about Wardley, right? They asked him about it because they've been asking them about, if they've been asking if Wardley wins against Dubois in a couple of weeks from now, would you guys be willing to fight? And they said, no, we're from the same stable. I mean, come on. These fighters have to get that out of their heads that we're from the same stable. Okay, you're not gonna fight each other to the death, or it's not gonna be like as if the loser gets executed or something. No, it is a sport. It's a combat sport. You're supposed to be able to put aside your friendship for a night, for 45 minutes, or for however long the fight goes.
Like serious sparring. Let's call it serious
And
sparring.
we make some money together. Hello. What are you
Exactly.
talking about?
Hello. Hello. Yeah, it's true. No, but it's true. I mean, what is this prize fighting or?
Yeah, like what is it?
Sobers. If you ask them, hey guys, this is prize fighting, and then they'll go, no, but you're forgetting the greatest prize of all, friendships. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. We want to see you guys.
My friendship is priceless.
Exactly. You're seeing the same thing with Keyshawn Davis and what's his name, Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson, like these two guys here. Make sure you get notice. Hey, look at this. There's Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. Come on, man. We want to see these guys fight. We want to see people bleed.
He's my brother.
He's my brother. He's my but Shakur, people know Shakur and I. We ain't never gonna fight. Get out of here now.
Wardley fight Tyson. He would not fight Moses. That's how it's gonna be. Caballero. I think if Caballero doesn't want to waste time and be inactive, he should fight Moses.
That's a good point.
And that should be an epic fight. That's how it should be. And then the winners of those will have a title shot against Usyk, and that'll be all. That's it. Moses will knock out a lot of these guys. Moses will knock out Parker. Moses will knock out. I'm telling you, he's gonna. If the fight happens,
Okay,
I'm telling
now
you,
you're getting on the. Okay, man. I noticed with you, Gyps. You support a boxer and then you go all the way, like you go crazy. You did the same thing with Fabio Wardley. Now you're throwing Fabio Wardley under the bus, man.
I'm not throwing him under the bus. I still think he has a shot to knock out Usyk as well because of his age. He has a shot. He has a shot because of Usyk's age. He got the height. He got a lot of things that work. He's the youth on his side. He got the power on his side. He got good reflexes. In some cases, not as good as not even close to Moses or even like lower than that. Like actually, Tyson has better reflexes, but doesn't carry that much power as Moses. Like even like Tyson level reflexes, but he got good amount of fucking thing. He got a good enough skill to pull it off. I'm still rocking with Fabio for a lot of things, but I believe that.
Okay, I just get the feeling that you are all over Itauma at this point. Like you're saying, you already know he has a chin. He beats this guy. Like,
well, can I say something? Can I say something? I like I said, I'm impressed. I was impressed by the performance. It was a good performance. But yeah, let's. He beat Jermaine Franklin. I mean, Jermaine Franklin, even though he beat Ivan Ditchko in his last fight, he upset the undefeated guy. But who the fuck was Ditchko? So, and in other words, I'm saying Franklin did what he was supposed to. I liked what he did. He checked off the expectation. What's the word I'm looking for here? He did what he was expected to, and he deserves props for it. But now let's see him fight somebody else. But I will say this: I agree with you guys. 6 feet 4 inches inch tall guy. That's what they say. He might be 6'3.5", whatever, right? That's pretty tall for now. I mean, I know it's not as tall as 6'5", 6'6", like some of these other dudes, but he can compete with them. And then on top of that, the speed, the power, and more importantly, the precision. He's fast, he hits hard, and he's precise. That is very, very, very. It's almost unfair. But then again, there's no such thing as fair in boxing. You get the gifts you're given and you go with it. But hold on. And real quick, and then Jaime Riley in the chat says, would Mr. BDA ever agree to fight King Bucho? Well, I'll say this. We are actually sparred earlier today. We did 5 rounds, and I'll say Bucho got the best of me in the first 4. Okay, yeah, but then the last round, I was coming on strong. I had, like Keith Thurman said, I had him in the sweet spot. The
sweet spot.
And then Bucho's like, all right, let's end it. It's like he knew I was coming on strong. He knew I was out of the cage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, I was gonna say.
I don't buy that.
All right, but hold on. I wanted to show you guys something. Sticking real quick to the Itauma broadcast here. I wanted to show you guys something. I think You guys,
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Okay, go ahead.
you guys are gonna be surprised.
BDA, you were saying it's unfair, Fred.
Okay, hold on. That's not what I want to show.
Hold on.
That's not what I want to show you. Hold on. Why is it looping too, by the way?
Officer, the man is attacking me.
All right. See, that's what I'm going to start playing every time you guys jump on me. Like, you start making fun of me or whatever. I'm going to say, excuse me, officer, this man is attacking me. That's not what I want to show you. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Okay. So Spencer Oliver, he's one of the guys from Talk Sports or whatever it is over there in England. And they were doing a live broadcast of the fight, live commentary. And he's with, what's the name? With Garrett Davis, right? Check this out. I think we can play this because I don't think it's from the fight, actually. But all right, but hold on. Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go.
John ruling, a star is born. All the answers were answered right there. He went out, it was calculated.
Sounds like Gypsy, by the way. He sounds like Gypsy. He's the king of the world. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, my God.
No, it sounded like the body bag boss. All the answers were answered.
All the answers were answered.
Look how close the mic is to his mouth. Like, that's disgusting.
I like what that short man was saying. I like when good people do good things, man. And he's very talented. And I'm telling you, this guy's special. And I've seen that McKenzie fight, and that's what kind of sold me. But I was like, okay, give it a little more time, And you talk about him being too big. AJ's too big.
All right, but
He's
Gypsy,
for everybody.
we're not done. We're not done with the clip. We're not finished with the clip. We're not finished. Okay, we're not finished with the clip.
Finish sucking him off later, bro. Damn.
John ruling, a star is born. All the answers were answered right there. He went out, it was calculated. He was throwing the left hand to the body. He brought the hands down of Dillian White. The right hook over the head. Shots took his legs away. Body shots went in as well. Savage finish, calculated finish. And I tell you what, this cut kid is the new star of heavyweight.
I don't know if you caught that, but he called him a cunt kid.
Finish,
Yeah, what the
calculated
hell?
finish. And I tell you what, this cut kid.
And you can tell that no one's listening. Garrett Davis didn't even pay attention. Look at him. He's doing a Sudoku or something.
Yeah,
there.
he didn't even flinch or anything. He's just like nothing happened. Well, I mean, then again, he's a guy that was saying,
oh yeah, the N-word.
N-word.
Yeah, it's true, man. Yeah.
Remember that? He's like,
moment, man. The heat of the moment.
Oh, yes. And by the way, was he on the same thing that Charlo was on yesterday? My goodness.
I mean, he's on something. Jesus Christ. I mean, I think it's customary to drink over there all the time.
It was not that exciting to watch Dylan get knocked out like that. It was nothing entertaining, but the way he knocked out fucking Franklin, man, that is a knockout of the year. I'm just telling you, man, that was beautiful, like beautiful.
Right.
Like I've never been excited by a knockout by anybody, bro. Like, oh my God, that shit was fucking nice.
Gypsy, I don't know if you're joking around or not anymore, man.
Motherfucker wrote in his diary and shit.
Did you get an erection? Did you get an erection watching that?
He's on his stomach with his, with his ankles in the air.
No, don't worry about it.
All right, hold on. I have a question. BDA, did you think that Itauma was just like too stiff at the beginning, throwing too many punches? He probably could burn himself out later on.
Stiff like Gypsy stiff right now, talking about reliving that knockout.
Exactly. Yeah,
listen.
Hey, I'll send the picture, bro.
No, please don't.
Not stiff. That's by the way, stiff is the wrong word. You know, like
robotic, too upright.
Throwing hard. All shots. Every shot was hard.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. Yes, that's why I said earlier, because I said, well, it can go both ways. When a guy's countering everything with speed like that, eventually they burn out, because that's the thing. He's 6 feet 3.5, 6'4", right? Whatever they have been listed between 6'3.5" and 6'4.5", 200 something pounds, right? How much did he weigh? Let me look it up, because again, that's a lot of weight, right?
242.
I mean, that's
I don't pay attention to the weight. I don't pay attention to the weight. I just tell you this much. He hits harder than anybody else in the entire division. That's what
we gotta talk about the weight, man.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're saying, Butcher, you're asking, did you think that was a little bit of a one-dimensional approach that eventually was going to run? Sometimes some of these dudes, when they counter everything with power, especially a guy like him, and the commentators did point it out that by the third or fourth round, he was huffing and puffing a little bit, because that type of style takes a lot to be that explosive at his weight.
Yeah,
but
he
he
needs
was
to calm down, man.
but he was able to
It's
just
easy when nothing's coming back, though. Sorry to interrupt you.
Exactly.
I had to get that in there. It's
No, it's easy
easy
when
when
you do when
nothing's
you
coming
Nothing's
back.
coming back.
go ahead,
I
Sam.
look like
Go
I
ahead.
look like Shohei Ohtani in the batting cages. You know, you take me
I
to some
mean,
batting cages. I look like Shohei Ohtani when it,
Right.
until you face live pitching.
so you're
nothing was coming back
Yeah.
at AJ as well, huh? Nothing was coming back at AJ.
so you're saying he
No,
hasn't
he
you're saying he
It's like
hasn't
when you're
answered
punching
What?
the punching bag, and you can look like Roy Jones in the punching bag, and, and then you do sparring. It's a completely different thing, right? You get into a fight, it's even. So, like
back, bro. That's how it works. That's how
this
it works.
guy, I mean,
He'll
there
make
was
Parker
nothing.
look the same. He's
Franklin
gonna make
wasn't
Parker
throwing.
look the same.
Franklin was just moving his
He's gonna
head, dipping up and down and moving. He was
Yeah,
there
I
was
mean,
no
Franklin
absolutely
did
no
his job.
danger.
He made him look
Yeah.
good. That's what Franklin was brought in to do. Made him look good. Now, yeah, it's impressive, and he beat a guy that had problem. I guess gave AJ problems, but he lost. Like, look, man, the guy was Itauma had no worries with anything coming back. He did not have a single moment of hesitation of like, oh shit, I better be careful. That's what I need to see when I see a prospect or contender is when he gets touched.
you want him to
touched
answer
by an
the
angel
All
answers.
right.
in there.
Okay, we'll see that when he gets in with Parker and you see with Kaba. He's gonna make him look the same. I promise you, he'll make him look the same. He's gonna hit him once when they try to commit with a one punch, and then they get
So now you're
countered
saying
and they
Parker
get
and
shelled
Franklin
up.
are the
They're
same
gonna
fighter?
get shelled up because of the power, bro. They will get shelled up and they
Yeah,
will
but
wonder what the
Gypsy,
fuck to do
you're
next.
very confident. Like, listen, I think we all agree this guy looks like a very
Hold
good
on.
boxer, but when we're
Champion,
not
how
like
about
going
that?
crazy, like you're saying, I guarantee you he's gonna do. You can't guarantee us anything at this
Bucho,
point. Nobody
didn't he
can.
admittedly only seen him? This is like the second time seeing him fight,
Yeah,
No,
with the Dylan White
this is
fight,
not
this
my
and
fight,
second
like,
now
time. I've
he's a
seen this guy
chosen one.
fight
You're
four
even ready to
times
throw in
already.
your
like,
God, Tyson Fury
like
under the
I'm
bus
telling
to this
you,
guy.
he's
Oh
gonna
my
Yeah,
God,
probably
bro!
knock
I'm
out
gonna
no,
say
Usyk.
Fondora is
The
yours.
knockout wasn't
the,
that
Kill
good.
him, love
well,
him.
I'm sorry. Look, the problem in boxing is there's no minor leagues. There's no A league, B league. Everything's the pro game. But that happens. You watch a college player and he's dunking on everybody. You got to wait till he gets to the pros to see how he really handles the top level.
That's true. That's a
Yep.
great point. Listen, yeah, how many prospects have I seen come and go? They look sensational. This guy's gonna be the next this, the next that, and then again, that's why I want to see. Look, he fought a shorter. There's two types of heavyweights nowadays: the super tall ones or the short fat ones. He fought the short fat one, the short fight
Still
fat type,
fat
and
as shape, looked like he was in a different weight class.
Yeah.
and
Let's
I think
let's keep it in perspective here, guys.
but that's what I'm saying, because look, I was impressed.
But
Hold on, hold on.
Come
I
on,
was
man.
impressed by the performance, like I said. But we also have to be realistic and sort of slow it down a little bit, because here comes the but, by the way, and no pun intended. But here's the but. If you look at the weight, Franklin came in 16 pounds heavier than Itauma, and he hit the scales at near 260 pounds. So he's shorter, he's fat, and now on top of that, he's slower at 258 pounds. What did he think he was gonna do? I don't get it. So he was an immobile target in there. Again, I don't. That's his fault.
Never been stopped. Never been stopped. That's what they kept saying. That was a real question
that
about this fight. Like, can he stop a guy that's never been stopped? That's pretty much it. Yeah, exactly. That's what they kept saying. Like, oh, these guys never been
Like
stopped.
Sean Porter that never been stopped got stopped. It's like that when someone stops a guy that's never been stopped before.
Yeah. Okay. So fair enough. So he got that achievement, right? Now let's see another achievement. Like, for example, in the chat, Grim Reaper says that's why we need to see him do rounds. He's incredible in 1 or 2 rounds. We need to see him. We need to see how he looks in round 10 and 12. You know what I mean? Those later. That's the next achievement he needs to unlock.
You're probably never gonna see that.
The next achievement, yeah.
Because no one's gonna ever get there in the first place, so you can see that. He's gonna kill every one of these dudes, bro. Like that.
You're crazy, man. You're fucking crazy. Why you think how do you think a Joseph Parker fight plays out, man? You think he's gonna knock out Joseph Parker in 6 rounds? You think he's gonna knock out Joseph Parker in 6 rounds? 7 rounds?
He'll knock out Joseph
No.
Parker. He'll knock out Joseph Parker in 7 rounds. He'll put him out. He's gonna get caught with all kinds of shit, and then he's gonna fucking.
No, even Wardley didn't really stop Parker. That was a terrible stoppage, man. That was a bad stoppage.
7 rounds for Parker. Itauma might be maybe. Itauma. Caballero might be. Maybe 8, maybe 8-ish, a little bit more.
All right.
Usyk might get to 9 and 10-ish. This
All
guy
right,
has some
listen.
serious.
Okay, we're getting. Okay, you
man.
get very specific predictions here.
This guy's
Well,
some
what
serious top.
else?
You don't believe me? He's
What else?
killer.
Okay,
I said
BDA.
killer for a reason.
Well, I was gonna say again that I
Yeah.
give Franklin his excuse me, I give Itauma his props, but yeah, this is listen, this is unsurprising to see this. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do as boxing fans. We're supposed to speculate about well, who can he beat, can't he beat, and all this and that. But this is what we need in boxing, especially in the heavyweight division, because I mean, look, Usyk is on the way out. Joshua and Fury, they're not exactly spring chickens either. So we need somebody. And Dubois already, Dubois for a long while there when he was on his winning streak looked like he was going to take the mantle of next heavyweight star, but then he sort of botched it against Usyk in the rematch. So it's good to have Moses Itauma. Then on top of that, you got Richard Torres on the come up. You got that, like I said, the Gurmeister, or what is his name? The Gurgen, and then you got the Jalalov, which I think it's proven right now that he doesn't really have a lot of balls, but still he's 6 feet 8 inches tall or something like that. Southpaw. I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting.
Well, that's what I was actually gonna say. No, because the pickings are so slim for this heavyweight division that this guy, they're already calling a mini Mike Tyson or whatever, because there's not that many prospects in the heavyweight division that you can really go, okay, that guy's next. But that was, do we prefer this as fans as this kind of like what we have going on now in the heavyweight? Like the older guys are fading, and you have all these caballeros. Who else? This kind Parker's, where there's no definitive superior guy. Because even Usyk, I mean, he could be right for the taking.
Yeah, it's adding a little bit more spice to the division, that's for sure. And you're right though, because that's the problem when a guy becomes undisputed and beats everybody, is that once he leaves, he creates a vacuum. Now that can be good if there's solid contenders out there, but if there aren't, then it becomes the 1980s or mid 70s, early 80s heavyweight division of Larry Holmes. I mean, Holmes was cursed to dominate that division because he didn't really have the top flight opponents, and therefore, for a long time after he retired, people were saying, they forgot Larry Holmes because he came after Ali. But then now, in retrospect, like 40 years later, afterwards, or 50, people are like, oh, hey, he was actually pretty good. But this division is looking pretty good, a little bit, because you got Dubois.
Yeah, it's kind of wide open, right?
That's right.
It seems like wide open.
That is right. Kind of like Gypsies. No, I'm kidding. No, but look, listen. He's very high on Itauma, and I'm glad I think everybody's high on Itauma. They should be. It was a good, scintillating performance. He stopped the guy, but again, I think we need to rein in the horses here just a little bit.
Yeah, he's like the model chick around a bunch of tortas. She just, a chick with tortas, so she looks that much better.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Then she goes to like a nightclub or something, a good one, and she's not all that.
She looks like a 9 surrounded by 5s.
Yeah,
she's really a 7.
Hey, speaking of all that, there were also a bunch of fights, a bunch of upsets on the undercard of that Queensberry fight, that event rather. Jerome Warburton, about as British name as you can get there, decision Nathan Heaney, who really needs to shave that mustache off. I mean, at this point, it's getting ridiculous. If you're going to have facial hair, don't just have a mustache. This ain't the 1970s, all right, anymore. You ain't John Holmes, so shave that off. And he ended up losing, though, against Jerome Warburton, and Heaney said after the fight that he wants one more fight, possibly at home, and then he's probably going to call it quits. Willie Hutchison, and by the way, that fight I think was in the middleweight division. Then in the light heavyweight division, Willie Hutchison decision the 31-year-old prospect Ezra Taylor in a light heavyweight bout. Willie Hutchison will just prove to be a little bit too crafty and sly for Ezra Taylor, who he's in a bad position, Taylor, 31-year-old non-prospect anymore, and we'll see what happens there. And also, Brad Pauls was getting outboxed by the very tall Shaquille Thompson in a middleweight contest, getting outboxed by the southpaw, and then he pulled out the late stoppage in the 9th round. So a bunch of upsets there. That's what I want to see in a card, upsets. Now, a lot of these promoters, they just want showcase fights because, again, they're in the business and they want to put in big recognizable names to attract people and eyeballs to the fight. But upsets, that's what we as boxing fans want, and this card delivered, let me tell you. Also, by the way, boxing scene. I'm reading here in boxing scene. I didn't see the whole Pro Box card, but I did see the last couple of rounds from the Giron fight. René Tellez Giron. I don't know if people remember who he is, but he's the guy that gave, what's his name, Kid Austin, a very good fight. I want to say in the last 2 years, I forget when exactly it took place, but that was the infamous fight where Amo got hurt and then went back to his corner and sat down before they had actually put the stool on and almost fell to the ground there. So, and then Lenetis Hidon ended up beating this guy up, really put a beating on the dude, and ended up stopping him on a body shot. They waved the fight off. Hidon, it's interesting. He walked to this guy. He made Kid Austin look horrible. But then the guy who ended up beating him in between those fights was Rocky Hernandez and did it rather easily. So maybe Hidon is one of those types of guys that against the right style, he'll look good. And then against a more skillful guy, he won't be able to pull it off. I don't know, but shout out to ProBox for giving us this type of fights, this type of upsets. I didn't see the main event. Apparently, what's his name? I forgot. Ronnie Rios, I think, ended up losing. And that's the guy that I mixed up with the Mendoza, Brian Acosta. I think that's the guy who won on the main event. So I'm going to try to catch that one. Let me see what people are saying in the chat, by the way. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. We're at 55 likes. That's unacceptable, man. At least, listen, I'm not asking for much. 5 more people hit that like. We're at 60, all right? You put it up to 60 there. Chitlin Distributors says the white Brits beat the black Brits. Hold on a second. Let me put it up on this big screen here. Chitlin says the white Brits beat the black Brits, all right? He says Rocky Hernandez is a monster, though. Yeah, he's pretty hard hitting. Sean Rain says the new car, Moses, fellas. Yeah, he's the new car on the block. Let me tell you, he's got everyone, all eyes on him. Padukua says Usyk is soft to the silly belly. Now, what do you guys think about that? That's another thing that people have been saying for a while now.
The body shot.
What do you think about that?
But Usyk is vulnerable?
To the body, yeah.
To the body shots. I mean Fury landed some very good shots.
It's like anything, man. It's easy to say that, but somebody's got to do it. You know, I hate when boxers say, "Oh, I seen the blueprint." It's like, yeah, but you have to execute it.
That's true. Exactly. How many people? Yeah, it's like, oh, this guy's chinny or blah, blah. Okay, get to him. And by the way, I forgot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, Rafael 32 Terramuana, that guy. I forgot to mention that dude. He fought on the zone card the other day. On the Adames undercard. He's another fucking giant. He looks like Bruiser Brody in there. A very hard hitter. But what were you going to say, Frank? What were you saying?
No, just I don't like when people say someone's vulnerable or somebody has a blueprint. They showed you the blueprint to beat so-and-so. It's like, yeah, but that person has to be able to execute it.
Exactly.
You might not have, that boxer might not have the skills.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the motherfuckers always thought E equals MC squared. Like, they know. You know, you always hear shit like that.
That's a very good observation. Yeah, it's true. It is. And by the way, I mean, Joshua hit him with some mean body shots in those 2 fights. Didn't put him down. Same thing with Fury. I mean, he's still standing. It's like same thing with Keith Thurman. By the way, I realized that on Fight Week, people keep saying, well, he's soft to the body because he bends over and spits out his mouthpiece and starts dry heaving. That is a guy who gets hurt to the body at a high level. But he remains standing. So, okay, go get him to the body, but can you put him down and keep him down? 2 different things. What else was I going to say? Okay, also, there was an interview. Daniel Dubois. By the way, he looked very unimpressed by Moses Itauma. Everyone around him was oohing and ahhing, and he's just sitting there looking, with that vacant look in his face.
Boy, you think he kind of slow?
Well, that's what somebody was trying. Yeah, that's what I think Virtuoso told me. That's like he's autistic. I don't know if he's autistic, but he's got something. That's for sure. Check out what he had to say about his
autistic.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
Well, ringside here with Triple D. Daniel, you feel?
Oh, the Dubois. We're talking about Daniel Dubois.
Oh, bro, come on. He's like half his brain is missing.
Come on.
Feeling yourself tonight. You're enjoying yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
6 weeks to go, and then you are in there fighting for the world title against Fabio Wardley. How's all the prep going? How's it all gone?
Camp's gone great. I can't wait. It's fucking amazing. I'm really up for it.
Apologies for the language.
They had to apologize about the little.
Oh, that's so
I mean, if it's a Sunday show, okay, like we do over here. But if it's a boxing broadcast on a Saturday evening or night over there, yeah, we apologize for the language.
Did they even know who's watching boxing?
They don't have a clue.
Have they done their fucking homework?
Oh wait, hold on. You can't curse on this show. It's a Sunday show, Sunday edition. Come on.
Don't forget to hit the like button. Whoa. Don't forget to hit the like button.
Is that Fu?
No, that's me.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
No, but it sounds like Fu when he does the Snake Plissken voice.
Oh yeah.
But I was gonna say, yeah, okay. So these people, I don't know, they always apologize. The worst is when they started doing that during the press conferences. They would put up a disclaimer: "We apologize for the language." During the press conference, as the people are going back and forth, like, come on, man. But in Europe, don't they show softcore porn on network television at night or something? Or is that just France?
I don't know. Don't they do that in the United States too?
Well, on network TV? No, I don't think they do it on network TV. Otherwise, I'd be watching network TV all the time. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man.
You've just faced off with Fabio Wardley now. What are you seeing when you're looking at him?
The guy that I've got to put to sleep, and that's it.
What do you make of it when they talk about how when it gets hard in there, when it gets to deep water, you'll look for a way out? What do you think when they say that?
Look for a way out. They'll be begging for a way out. But
I mean, this dude is horrible at trash talking. He's laughing when he's saying, "It's like, what's going to happen there when I take him to deep waters? I'm gonna look him like he's giggling while he's saying it. Like
he's not serious.
It's almost as if he's giddy that he's actually repeating what they told him to say. Like he's actually getting it correctly, so he starts giggling.
Well, he's repeating what the announcer's saying while the interviewer, right? Are you gonna take him to deep water? I'm taking him to deep water, and I'm gonna beat him. You know, like, okay.
Yeah, you're right. He's just repeating.
Are you gonna hurt him, Daniel? I'm hurting him hard.
Something weird is up with that dude. Let me tell you. I would really like to see somebody diagnose him professionally to see what's up.
He just has a little walnut brain. That's it.
Peanut brain is what he's saying.
yeah. Just on it.
Walnut.
On it, and I'm ready to fight.
So what's going to happen?
A win for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they keep interviewing him. He's not gonna give you anything. What happens on Sunday? The whatever destruction. I'm winning. That's why he was able to be. You know, they talked him into throwing a party before the Usyk rematch. I get the feeling that if he doesn't have a guardian around him,
that was fake.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, man. I have because I'll tell you what, Sobers. I have a feeling that if he doesn't have a guardian around him, you can talk him into a van. You know, he's like, "Hey, come into."
Yeah. A real Mike Tyson Customato kind of situation.
Exactly. You can. Yeah, it's like, "Hey, you want to come into the van?" My parents tell me not to. All right. Exactly, man. I mean, come on.
I got candy. All right then.
And by the way, I already
He's like
know.
13 years old. All right then.
He just waits in there. I know already. People are gonna say
he just waddled.
Yeah, like a penguin, like a giant penguin. I already know people in the chat, but they were gonna say, "Oh, does BD have experience in doing that?" No, you gotta stop it, fellas. You gotta stop it, or else I'm gonna start cursing. But what else do we have here? Yeah, so we've got we got a bunch of Barry Nivola says, "I pick things up, I put things out." Isn't that from Sting? Fuck, what was it? The Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade. Isn't that from that one, or I forget where that was from? So yeah, that's Dubois cursing there. We had a bunch of upsets over there in England. Hidon. Oh, by the way, you know how we were talking on Friday? I think it was on the Friday morning show about these fighters that they're not these Afro-Anglo guys. They're all friends from the same division, whatever, or between 135 and 147. All these guys are friends, and they never want to fight each other. And Mexicans, they always beat Mexicans, and they're the best. Okay, but then they won't fight each other. So are they admitting, if we follow their rationale, are they admitting that they only want the weaklings and they don't want to fight each other? Are they bitch made? Or I don't know what's going on. So somebody else pointed it out as I was going on Twitter, Sobers. Check this out. Somebody said, "This is so bizarre. Keyshawn, Hitchens, Antoine," talking about Gary Antoine Russell, "and Shakur are all in the same division. They're top 4 in the division, but they don't want to mix it up. Just would rather pick certain guys to call out and let Shakur dictate their career based on his decisions." Yeah, it's almost as if Shakur Stevens is the mastermind. He's guiding all of these guys' career. Now, you don't want to fight me. You don't want to fight me. You want to fight that guy. You want to fight that guy. It's like in the same division or near the same division, and they haven't fought each other. Stevens hasn't fought Devin Haney. He hasn't fought Gary Antoine Russell. Hitchens hasn't fought any of those guys. It's all Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez are doing all the work.
Yeah, they're low-key scared to fight each other, right? That's what it is, because you see with Keyshawn Davis, when he sees what he thinks is a wet fish that he can beat, and Abizaba, what's his name? Abizaba Mason, right?
Mm-hmm. Who's at 135?
When he sees him, he wants to fight him, right? He wants to fight him. He wants to beat him up. He's a bitch, and he's in his face trying to fight him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He has the energy for that guy, and that's a brother too. But it's like he's too young. He's too green to really fuck with Keyshawn Davis. These other guys who are more on his level, around his age and his skill experience, he don't got the energy for them. Like just like when Ryan Garcia was in his face, he was acting all crazy. He wasn't acting all crazy like he said. I got the same thing that Davis got, but that Gervonta got, but worse. He wasn't looking all crazy in front of Ryan Garcia.
Exactly.
He was real humble, respectful, and quiet. So like these guys, they got fragile little egos, and I don't know, they just don't really want to test themselves. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean it's.
They all like they're from the same hood, like they all grew up together. You motherfuckers don't know each other. Stop that shit. You guys will see each other at tournaments. You know what I mean? They'll make you friends. Fuck.
Yeah, they act like they've known each other since they were kids and they were playing together and shit like that.
From different parts of the country, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like this is prize fighting. You're supposed to fight each other to figure out who's the best and to get paid the most. They don't want to do that. And like you said, we came up in the trenches. The fuck you're going at amateur tournament. You're not in the fucking favelas or in the slums of Mexico or in fucking what's that called, Somalia or something. I don't know what these guys.
It ain't no shootout right there. You go in some high school gyms. You're fighting in the gym. You're going to the hotel. Or you're driving home. Like, shut up. Bro.
Exactly. It's like, oh man, we went through so much. Get the fuck out of here. These guys are divas, man. And I'm glad people are starting to realize.
I blame the media, Mr. BDA. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
No, I blame the media. There's a famous interview with Floyd Mayweather. Do you remember that he did with Kenny? What was it? Kenny, the guy who was on ESPN.
From ESPN?
Brian Kenny.
Yeah.
Brian Kenny. And him and he roasted Floyd Mayweather. They were going back and forth, and they were screaming at each other. And you don't see the media. I mean, this guy's Shakir's been on like this press tour, right? Going to all these like podcasts, and there's no pressure. You don't mention a name like Stephen A. He was on with Stephen A. Smith, and he was like, oh, bro, you want Ryan. And then he said, but there's Devin too. And then he's like, but that's not a big fight, right? And they start, shooking and jiving and laughing. Yeah, man. And they just kind of, try to make these guys laugh, and they want to be friends with these guys.
You're right, though. But you're right, though, Frank, because it's true. They'll have it on the podcast, and then when they do bring up the whole Keyshawn thing, like when they bring it up with Shakur Stevenson, they go, "What about Keyshawn?" Because we know you're friends. But what about, they always had it, and then they'll do the same thing. Man,
why do they have to say they're friends?
But hold on, and then they'll hold on,
Yeah,
and then they'll say like, "Nah, we ain't gonna fight. We're friends. We've been through the trenches." And then you see that the interviewer's nodding, like with a little smile, like, and then when they're finished, they go, "Yeah, that's beautiful, man." Like that's they're into the whole friendship thing. It's like, no, it's not beautiful. They're prize fighters. They're supposed to fight each other. Well, I don't understand.
I mean, Jesus, it's not a movie. I mean, we want to see the best fight the best. Some of these guys are top 5, and they should be fighting each other. I don't understand why we have to talk about their friendship and all of that. And like Frank said, these interviewers, they should be doing their fucking job. We as fans want to see this fight and this fight, because these interviewers are supposed to be like convey the messages of the people, right? As well, with the questions that they're not doing their fucking job. They sound like more like propagandists.
That's Frank. You and Frank bring a great point. Yeah, they're supposed to be the fifth estate, right? They're supposed to be the buffer between us and the fighters, and they're supposed to press them. But again, we've talked about it before. The problem with these interviewers is that they need access to these fighters, and these fighters have very, like Shakur Stevenson, Crawford, Clarissa Shields, they have very thin skin. Virgil Ortiz, same thing. He's got thin skin. They don't, as soon as you piss them off just a little bit, I ain't gonna talk to you. It's like, why not, man? But you guys are right, though. Yeah.
These interviewers, they're like they're friends as well. Like, hey brother, hey, what's up? Yeah, you're right. They never, again, they don't press these guys on the hard issues. They don't ask the difficult questions.
You're right, man. You're right. And it's all about, that's beautiful, man. The interviews actually start enabling them. Yeah, that friendship, that's beautiful.
I'm about to cry. I'm about to start crying.
Yeah, exactly. they start bringing out the tampons.
He's your friend. He's like a brother to you. Oh my God.
But speaking of one of those dudes that doesn't seem to want to fight them or whatever, is Richardson Hitchens just posted this on Twitter. He said, what? And I don't understand what the hell he's talking about, because it's very hard to read. I don't. It's almost as if some of these guys didn't grow up learning English or something. What? How y'all jump right back on my D after the next, and then capital letter D after the next one, best fighter in the world. Let me reread that. What? How y'all jump right back on my D after the next one, best fighter in the world? What the fuck am I supposed to understand? And then and every time I step in there, you're gonna realize I'm him. I mean, again, I quake for the future of these future generations because they're.
Wait, is this also a biblical quote here? I am, what's your name?
I'm
I
him.
am like.
Yeah, I am the Alpha and the Omega. It's like, come on, man. It's this. You went to Life
What
and Death
the
with.
fuck is this?
You went Life and Death with Gustavo Lemos, man. I mean, come on. And then against Paro, there was a lot of clinching there too. Although Paro and Carl just jumped in, but so I hate to say it, Carl, but Liam Paro with all the clinching against Matias, man, I should have been a disqualification right there. But yeah, we got Carl, the boxing.
Well, we didn't get that Duarte fight. We should have got a great fight that we didn't get.
That's right. That's right. Carl, we're deep into the show here, balls deep, that is. But do you want to give us your thought on Fundora, Thurman, and Itauma as well? Oh, Carl is.
He's not ready.
Well, I think it's because I mentioned Liam Paro, so now he's fuming. Okay, but so here's the other thing that I want to talk about.
Hey, fellas.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, man. What's up?
Yep.
I just wanted. I hope you can hear me, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, man.
Okay, beautiful. I tell you what, fellas. I tell you, the last 24 hours, I'm starting to sound like a bit of a boxing. I'm going to change my name to the boxing genius because I saw some people absolutely crumble and lose their minds over Keith. 4 more minutes, Thurman. Man, for the life of me, fellas, everything that I said came to fruition. I feel like a fucking Nostradamus, like a genius at predicting these fights, man. I tell you. I wake up this morning and I'm like, yes, fuck, I'm still awesome at predicting fights. Fuck, I love this shit.
Well, we don't even know. What was your prediction? Because I don't even know, man. So you could be making stuff up, but I'll take your word for it.
I thought Fondora's reach. I thought 8 minutes of professional fighting in the last 4 years. I thought your first fight at a weight division going up another 7 pounds. I think it all kinds of plays against you, especially the inactivity, and especially fighting a guy like Fondora, mate. And I'll tell you another thing, mate. That those Tim Tszyu battles that he had with Fondora, they're starting to hold a little bit more weight now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he has improved. Fundora has improved. That's the thing. He takes steps back. He's more patient, and that's why he's not getting caught as before in other fights against lower level opposition. He was getting caught this time. Now he's more composed. He matured, you could say.
Carl, what about Itauma versus Franklin? What do you think of that one?
I thought Itauma did his thing, man. I thought he set that knockout up with some nice body shots, man. And Franklin started dropping that guard, and then he caught him with that uppercut and just put him into the shadow realm, man. I think Itauma's ready, but I just hope Frank Warren throws him in there and gives him a shot at the title, man. Because time to piss or get off the pot, fellas. Like, come on, he's ready. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division, fellas. I think Moses Itauma is that guy.
Well, that's what like Richard Hitchens just said. He is him. And at 21 years old, some people say, yeah, but what about 21? Look, listen, put him in there against. I want to see how he does against a long-range boxer. And if he beats him as convincingly as he did Franklin, then yeah, 21, 22, whatever. He might be ready. Depends on how he looks in his next fight. It doesn't matter if he's 21, 19, 17. He looks like he's about to be ready for the world, for the best top 10 guys in the world. So, but again, we have to see how he looks against a long-range guy. So, and that's what I want to see. Also, and I'm highly confused about this because Floyd Mayweather just recently made a round of interviews. He did a round of interviews for the Manny-Pacquiao fight that's going to be taking place on September. Well, we don't even know if it's actually going to be a fight because now he's going around saying that it's going to be an exhibition. Listen to what he had to say.
The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition. Okay. So we're going to do it again, and hopefully we're going to entertain the people. You know, I got an exhibition with Mike Tyson also, another exhibition in Greece. So if I'm just sitting at home and I'm just working out every day, spending time with my grandson.
Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So he's saying it's going to be an exhibition. So that prompted a couple of people to start wondering, well, wait a minute, what the way they said it on the... Hold on a second. The way they talked about it on the press release, because again, this was Netflix, and with the press release, they were talking about how it's going to be an actual fight. Check this out. It says, some people were tweeting about this. Abraham Gonzalez says, I don't know if Netflix knows that it's going to be an exhibition. I don't see them being heavily invested in an exhibition, but I could be wrong. And then somebody said, in talking with people at Netflix when this was announced, contracts were signed for this to be a pro fight at the Sphere in Las Vegas on September the 19th. When I asked the same people at Netflix if they would have been interested in an exhibition, they had said no. I'm going to take this as a power play by someone who desperately needs the money and not a position of strength. So this guy, Steven Mulhausen, believes that maybe this is Mayweather trying to squeeze a couple of bucks. Because again, it's well documented at this point that he's not necessarily in dire straits financially, but that he's not exactly as well off as he would have told people. And then Abraham Gonzalez came back and said, yeah, because the Netflix press release said this, with Mayweather officially coming out of retirement, this once-in-a-generation event, the first ever professional boxing match to take place at the Sphere. So, guys, what's going on with Mayweather? Does he want money? Is he a little bit afraid of having Yes.
They seen Bucho's documentary. I mean, wow. You know, I think he got scared. He said, man, they figured me out. Because if you look at the comments, it's a lot of sensitive people, man. This guy created the most sensitive fan base I've ever seen.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's true, because to me, the boxing world was pre-Mayweather and post-Mayweather. After Mayweather, and again, this wasn't just because of him, it's because of the internet too, but that's when we saw people with the fucking racial divides, the people who obsess over picks. But you got this pick wrong. Why was your pick? Did you get it right? It's really turned. I mean, I like talking with people here. If it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't know all of you guys and everybody in the comment section, in the chat. But at the same time, it does bring out a lot of lunatics and a lot of people who are low self-esteem, and people who don't want to jump on VCs and all that. They just rather type away from behind and snipe from behind and from far away. So, and then like I said, the race baiters and all that. So it's kind of a heavy duty type of thing here. But real quick,
not only that. Sorry, BDA. It's just the actual style of boxing, the actual entertainment value of a fraud Mayweather fight. When you watch Pacquiao or Maidana, the guy was a fraud. All you have to do is watch it.
I mean, well, look the way you guys broke that video down, the Pacquiao fight, and then yeah, you're right though. He elbows and shit like that from Mayweather, illegal IV bags before the Pacquiao fight. So yeah, it's if you want to call him a fraud, so it's difficult to argue against that. By the way, shout out to Chris K, aka the Undercover Asian, for his contribution via the Buy Me a Coffee app. Shout out to Chris K. He says Thurman had nothing for Fundora. Anyone who bought the pay-per-view should get together and file a class action lawsuit against Thurman for that performance. LOL. Joking. Well, first of all, shout out to you, Chris K. Thank you for your contribution, man. Really appreciate it. But Keith Thurman is the one who wanted to continue. It was the referee, Thomas Taylor, or whatever his name is, or as Joe called him, the pretty boy. I don't know why Joe kept calling him pretty boy, by the way. But anyway, the point is, yeah, that's the dude that should be blamed. I mean, just jumping in.
Could that have been a hold me back moment, BDA?
I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe. No.
He hold me back, bro. Like you really don't want it, but you let the security push you back.
Maybe. Yeah. Go ahead, Carl. What?
I don't know if you guys saw this. Surely I'm not fucking imagining this, but at the start of the fucking 6th round, was it the doctor that came in and said, right, we're going to give you this round to actually have a go, or I'm going to stop the fight? Like, Thurman was warned at the start of that round what was going to happen. And then we just started getting rinse and repeat. And the referee stepped in and saved his fucking life. Saved him from getting all the skin clean off his head.
Carl, listen, man, you're from Australia. You're surrounded by predators, giant spiders up the ass over in the toilet and all that. You should know that life is hard, man, and boxing is one of the hardest sports out there as well. And you should give these guys the benefit of the doubt. Unless he's on the ropes, his body limp.
He was done, man.
No, he wasn't. He was still moving. If he can move and throw, he can go.
His face, he wasn't landing shit. That's the thing, though. I mean, he didn't show us anything for 6 fucking rounds.
He was still in the cage. He was still in the cage.
Body shot?
He was still in the cage.
I don't know. I think it was a good stoppage.
I think it was a bad stoppage. Not the most the most horrible of stoppages.
Well, we had a poll.
Oh,
Our
yes.
poll here, 77% say it was a good stoppage. 77 against 23.
I'm looking at it right now. Yes, so you guys can check it out there in the chat. 77% say ye, 23 say nay. So you see, people. I mean, we've got the census actually shows it. The polls we've done, the research we've done over at the marketing department, we have a very upscale audience who knows their boxing. And let me tell you something. With the knowledge of boxing also comes the acceptance of the inevitability of that bad things can happen in the ring. And these guys know the deal that, yeah, we want to see blood. We want to see punishment. We want to see wars. They know it. I know it. But do you know it?
PDA, don't get me wrong. I would have preferred it if he died in there. But the fact of the matter is, he was warned. He was warned at the start of that round, bro. I'm just going off what I've seen. Like, he was warned, but the referee wasn't going to let it go on.
Yeah, I know,
I
but
would have preferred.
I know,
If he
but
dies,
just,
he dies.
I agree with. I mean, look, just because the referee warned him, that's even more egregious. Because the guy was still going. It's not like he was getting his head snapped back over.
Wasn't going. Going what? What do you mean going though? That's the thing. Well, he was still going. I mean, he was still moving. Okay, he was moving. I'll give you that. But was he in the fight? He wasn't. He was never in the fight.
Maybe I'm from the this mentality of like Amak always says, if he's still moving, you got to keep attacking, like that predator mentality. That's the way I am. That's the way I handle everything. At the gym, I am. Couldn't even step from laughing, man.
Are you from the receding hair YouTube community?
Nah, come on. Absolutely
He's
not.
going for the boldies. He's like he's going for the boldies.
Yeah, I'm going for the boldies.
You might be from the receding hairline YouTube.
I've got a full luscious head of hair. Let me tell you, I'm like a prime Antonio Banderas, and
Yeah,
so
Keith Thurman, he did pretty good for 37. For all the boldies out there, he's like an inspiration.
That's right. He stood tall, man. He stood tall. but yeah, no. Listen, look. Again. It's like somebody else said in the comment section. Look, if the guy's back foot bitching it, then yeah, you're not giving yourself a good chance of convincing the referee to let you continue. So I can understand that. But it's just that. It's not as if his eyes were swollen and he couldn't see. It's not as if he had a bad cut. It's not as if he was getting his head snapped back over and over. You never know, man. I mean, Fondora, maybe he gets tired at some point. What I'm saying is this professional boxing, the stakes are high. And so let these guys go at it again. Because again, at the rate these guys fight per year, once per year, twice per year, they can't afford to be having these fights pulled out like this after only 6 rounds. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe he breaks his hand from punching him in the head too many times.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're kidding around, but you never know, man.
You're right. You're right. He should have let it. Hey, I would have preferred if he let it go, man. But the fact was, it wasn't like a bullshit stoppage that we've seen where the referee just jumps in, man. He was warned at the start of that round, and he wasn't fighting back, man.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been warned.
I don't know.
He shouldn't have been warned. I mean, he could have. The referee could have warned him from the first round on, man. That doesn't make it right. I mean, this guy is still moving. He's still swinging for the fences. Fondora has been stopped before. I'm taking all of this into consideration, and the referee should have too. But like Joe said, the ref was too busy fixing his hair between rounds.
That's the thing. Because Fundora was stopped once. Because Fundora was stopped once, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, no, just give me 12 rounds." Because eventually, I might do that Brian Mendoza fucking thing. I mean, I might knock him out. Come on.
He was fighting back. It's just that everything he was throwing, he was missing. He was trying because his reach is too little, the little man, and that's the reason why he was being outworked, and it would look like he wasn't doing anything, but he was trying, he was throwing shit, and after getting hit 5 times, he was going one shot and he was completely missing, and he was getting battered.
And I'll put it to you this way.
Yeah.
And I'll put it to you this way. All these back foot bitches and ass fighters, every time, what do they say? Well, I don't want to, like Shakur Stevenson, I don't want to pressure a guy at the final round if I'm winning because I could get caught with something. Well, with that logic, then let these guys keep swinging, because if it is that dangerous in boxing where one punch can end it all, then give again, I'm not saying they should allow Thurman to get killed in there, but what I'm saying is give him at least a round. And if he really takes a beating, then you stop it in between rounds. But to stop it so soon into the 6th round, come on. That's all I'm saying.
Come on. I loved it.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
The referee blew it.
But you know what? At the end of the day, it makes there's no sense now in complaining about it. We've complained about it enough, and they're not gonna rematch or whatever. But hey, listen, Fondora, that's the important thing. Fondora has learned how to beat people up now from long range, because it's interesting. He was a hot and cold fighter, believe it or not. He would look good in one fight, like a monster in one fight, and then he would look lethargic in the next. People forget. Rewatch that Ocampo fight. It looked, both guys were whacking each other with their best shots, and it seems like he wasn't moving each other. It was a very bizarre fight, uneventful fight, because everyone looked the same. You could watch round 1 and then go fast forward to round 8, and it looked the same. It seemed like neither guy had punching power. Yeah.
Would you say this is a new Fundora? A new and improved Fundora?
I would say that
definitely improved.
Yeah.
Definitely
You know, he's fun. Look, man, he's fun, and he's a Dora. He's Fondora.
That makes absolutely no sense, Jeeves. That makes no sense, man. The hell are you on?
To him.
Yeah, that's
no, but BDA, it's because this guy's disciplined. You know, we see so many of these fighters have so many issues outside the ring. You know, the Ryans, the TOs, and then all these type of guys. We don't know which one's gonna show up. But this guy Fondora is a real throwback. He's disciplined. He has his father. They have a really good relationship. These guys eat, live, and sleep boxing. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying we're gonna see him show up drunk like Charlo?
No, I mean, if anything, he's just an incel. It seems like, you know, he may need to get a girlfriend soon. You know, but apparently, whatever his semen retention is working.
Well, isn't he looks maxing too? Because I mean, he must be maxing in the looks maxing in the skills maxing department rather, because he has no learned.
Is he holding like in Braveheart when Mel Gibson was saying, "Hold"? You doing that?
I don't even know what they.
yeah, when the horses are charging the cavalry.
But yeah, all I'm saying. Yes.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, after watching the Fundora Tim Tszyu fight number 1, I mean, Tim Tszyu broke his nose, and I think Tim Tszyu showed a bit, and Mendoza too, to a certain extent. The only way you're going to beat that dude is you got to get in his chest, and you got to get in the pocket, mate, and you got to exchange, and you got to knock that dude out. You're not going to beat Sebastian Fundora on the back foot, giving away 11 inches of arm reach, bro. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, Sebastian Fundora, again, Butcher does bring up a good point that we can't get hypnotized with the thing of, well, he's been knocked out before, so all it takes is one punch. It may not work that way. However, you know, he has looked bad in certain fights, so let's see how he looks against another particular style. But I thought that Thurman would at least give him some trouble with the movement early on. And no, from the first round on, Fundora was just sniping him from the outside. And so he's going to be very dangerous because, I mean, 6 feet, 5.5 inches in height, allegedly. He looks more like 6'5", but who the fuck is haggling over a half an inch at this point? He's way taller than anybody in that division. We've seen guys who are 6'1", 6'2", in the 147-pound division, 154, but this guy's 6'5.5". I wasn't really fully convinced, and again, this was against a 37-year-old inactive Thurman, so again, let's not overblow it, but if he can keep fighting the way he's been doing and this time do it against the best, he might be a problem, man. He might. Again, I'm not saying he's the best in the division. To me, that's still Ortiz, although I think
he is.
Who said that? Who said that?
I think he is. I think he's better. I think ever since he got knocked out by Mendoza, he switched his style up. You know, I don't think it's something that he just did against Thurman. You know, when he fought Tim Tszyu, he was trying to box and he was trying to use his jab a lot. And I think that's part of why he was getting caught so much, right? Because that's when he was still kind of awkward in this new style because he's so used to being a big guy that likes to crowd your space and beat your ass up close. So that's why I think he that first fight with Tim Tszyu was so hard. And you see what happened in the second one, right? That's when his style when he got more used to it, he just kind of whooped his ass. So, and that's the same thing with Thurman. Thurman thought that, this is what I heard everyone saying about Fondora before the fight. Oh, he's so easy to hit. He's so easy to hit. He just comes in, he likes to fight. And, if he Thurman, you can make the traps. He's there to get hit. Was he there to get hit? Did he get hit a lot? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he really get hit? No, he didn't. He's a lot more disciplined fighter now. This is a Harvard student. You know what I'm saying? This is not a dummy. It's not a dumb. When he puts his mind to something, he can do it. If he needs to throw a jab more, he can do that. And that's what he was doing. He had that jab all in his face all night, right? And then ripping his ass with uppercuts. And it's perfect for Fondora, right? Because a lot of times with these guys, you don't know if they have that dog inside them, right? Because they're kind of pussyfoot. They trying to stay on the outside, because they're built. So you don't know what happens when they get close. We know what happens when you get close to Fondora. He gets even more vicious. So I think he's becoming he's a complete fighter now. He's looking like it. And I think he'll beat Virgil. He'll beat Jaron Ennis. He'll beat Bachram. He'll beat everybody at 154, bro. He's a towering inferno. Bow down to the Aztec Nephilim. You know what I'm saying?
I think Virgil will take him in the 2 waters and drown him.
Hey, by the way, real quick,
Virgil
Uncle
will take him
Charles.
in the 2 waters and drown him.
Uncle
Virgil
Charles.
got power. Virgil got great fucking
hold
slick
on, Gypsy.
inside game. He will take him to deep waters and drown him.
Okay, Uncle
I think
Charles. Okay, real quick. Uncle Charles wanted to call him, but we didn't open up the phone lines. But now he's locked in the official BDA Discord in the voice chat there. So I'm trying to send him messages via his direct message there, but I don't think he gets the messages there. I don't think he looks. So can somebody go get Uncle Charles in the main Discord? He's locked away over there. So if somebody can go get him and bring him over here, because I think he's got a couple of things to say before we depart. But yeah, but sorry, Carl. What were you saying?
I actually think Virgil gives Fondora his hardest test at 54. I think Virgil is the guy that can hang in the pocket and can let his hands go and can give Fondora problems. I don't think a guy like Boots can. Boots doesn't hang in the pocket. I don't think all that athletic, slick style is going to work. And I know Boots comes forward, but Boots gets a bit sloppy when he comes in, like Karen was tagging him. I just think Virgil, with the power that Virgil's got, I think Virgil's the only real problem that Fondora faces. I see Virgil as his toughest opponent. Hey, but I am a big Virgil. I'm a big fan of Virgil.
I like his style too, and I like must see TV. However, the problem with him now is that who knows how long he's going to be sitting out for, because he's got about 90 days, I think, or something like. No, he's got a couple of weeks, I think, before they get into it with the lawyer with the intermediary or whatever. And
the lawyer's going to give him the spatula BDA.
That's what
the kitchen utensils.
That's what you were saying right on Friday. That he's gonna. I mean, I don't know. I think this is what we're gonna be hearing, man.
Play my game, yeah. You wanna play? I'll play with you. We'll play hard too. Go!
I mean, I tell you, I shudder to think of what Ortiz is gonna have to do with De La Hoya or for De La Hoya to get back in his good graces. But yeah,
to De La Hoya.
But I agree with Carl. I mean, I think Ortiz would have the best shot at being Fundora and maybe recreating the Mendoza thing. Gerard Ennis, I wouldn't rule him out. I mean, people are like, oh yeah, but look at what he did to Keith Thurman and Fundora. What's his name? Ennis also fights with his hands down. But let's not forget, Ennis is much younger than Thurman. He's not as inactive. He's taller than Thurman too, by the way. He's 5'10", so he could probably have an easier time at reaching.
I thought
Fundora.
Thurman was 5'10".
No. He's 5'8". He might even be 5'7".
What?
But yeah.
I thought they had him listed at 5'10".
Real? No. I've seen him listed as 5.
Yeah.
Well, let me just double check now that you're mentioning, because I could be wrong, but I distinctly remember. I distinctly remember them saying yesterday that he was 5'8" when they were doing the comparison. They were making a big deal. But
what's Boots' reach? Is he 70-inch?
Let me see. But Wikipedia says that Thurman is 5'7.5", and
what the hell?
BoxRec says 5'8.5". So, but he ain't no 5'10". Yeah, he ain't no 5'10". And
that's what I thought they had him listed at. He was in the PBC, but okay, maybe I'm mistaken.
BDA, I said it earlier that the thing that stuck out to me with Fondora was the sound of his punches. He's punching with more accuracy, straightness. You talk about a styles matchup. Virgil tends to load up. Fondora would be throwing straight down the middle, and there's a different sound that his punches had last night. I'm watching all day boxing, and I really don't hear that from anybody. But when he was landing, you can hear that thud.
Like
and that's
those
something.
Like those edits where they play those gunshots when they land a punch.
I'm sorry, somebody interrupted.
I'm saying like when they play those gunshots on those boxing edits, whenever they land a punch.
Oh yeah. Some Rocky shit.
Yeah.
I saw one recently where the guy was replaying Roy Jones when he got knocked out by Denis Lebdev. And every time he shows Roy Jones getting tagged in the slow motion knockout, he plays a tin sound. You know when you hit a tin can, punk, like that's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Or like some glass shattering.
Yeah, I just laughed out loud because it came out of nowhere, man. It's like, it's a serious knockout. It was really scary for his family and all that. And then this guy's playing sound effects. Ding. Yeah. By the way,
Frank got turned down by the shots by Fondora. I got turned down by Moses Itauma shots.
All right, listen, we don't.
I wouldn't say that. I was impressed. It's different.
We're not interested in who's getting turned on by which punches, man.
What was that? What was that article you said you read BDA with the where they said there's homoerotica in boxing?
Was that what?
Well, yeah.
You brought up an article about that before, right?
Oh, the email, the reader's email. Yeah, right. He was talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the corporate phallus, and that people get. The people that refer to it as the sweet science, like they're letting you know what they're all about.
They got Gypsy, bro.
They got to him, man. They got to Gypsy.
I can't help myself. I do get
Likes that
turned on by
sweet sign.
power. I like power a lot, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm a power hungry people.
You're a power bottom. Hey, by the way, we got Uncle Charles jumping in. Uncle Charles, man, I sent you. I've been sending you DMs. By the way, that's direct messages. I don't want people that have the wrong impression. Direct messages. So when you want to jump on so you gotta accept my friend request here on Discord. So I don't know if you know how to do that, but if you don't, just let me know and I'll tell you how. But yeah, we didn't open up the phone lines tonight. We had a lot to get to. So if you want to give us your thoughts, Uncle Charles, I'm very eager to hear him.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Today's been a good day. My birthday today, man.
Oh, and, happy birthday,
family,
man.
Yeah, man. My family hooked me up with some money, cake, and a card. Man, it feels good when your family recognize you for the hard work you do to build a family. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But yeah, let me say this about one time. He must have been calculated. It must have been more than one time because he got hit in the face more than one time.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. You know when that fight should have been over? When he walked out there to the ring, he should have turned his ass back around and went the other way. How in the world could you stand in front of this guy? He tall as my refrigerator in this house. How the hell can you stand in front of him and continuously hit you in your nose like that? Let me tell you something. It used to be a cat and a dog fighting all the time. And now the cat is lying with the dog.
Oh.
So I guess the cat is all right and the dog is all right. But once they don't agree on something, they ass go back to fighting again. When you see a guy that tall, like he can reach up there and take a drink bottle off a tall building, you don't need to fight that dude. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. These guys, I don't know what one time is doing, but I'm starting to believe Clarissa Shields kind of beat him.
Nah, go on.
I'm telling you something.
Nah, come on.
I'm starting to worry about one time. I mean, he got it, man, about the end of that fight. His face was like hamburger meat. Come on, man. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna say this in closing. See, some people will warn you, but you say, no, I want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was put in that position one night, and I got a phone call, and it's one of my friends. He said, hey, man, what you doing? I said, man, I said, ain't nothing over after 12 but set them up in legs. Why you call me out there? Why you call me? You know my policy, man. Man, I just to letting you know I'm having a good time, man. I said, well, since I'm on the damn phone, where you at? I went up in the club, man. I don't know the name of the club. I said, you don't know where you at? I said, man, go outside and read the name on that club and see where you at.
Uh-oh.
He come back about 2 minutes later. He said, I'm in the hard leg club. I said, you better get out of there, man. They finna run up in you like a strawberry shake. You better get out of there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. So when somebody warn you, like they warned Keith one time, Thurman, next time you don't fight nobody over 8 feet tall. I hope you learn that, Keith. I hope you learn that one time because you look like you got about 5 animals jumping out your face right now. And that's all I gotta say. Be careful what you do, watch what you do, and watch for other people. Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Well, happy birthday, Uncle Charles. Thank you for jumping in and giving us your thoughts, man. You're absolutely on the money right there. Careful.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, baby.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. And happy birthday. Speaking of wishes, yes, it is a birthday. And Keith Thurman asked for this. He asked for this fight. He said, give it to me, man. I want it. He's going down timber. And is it me, guys, or was it a bad omen when he actually tripped in the first press conference? Remember that? The one they had back in August when they were initially set to fight in September? That was a bad omen because
Uncle Charles sounds like an old, scared Afro-Anglo. That's what he sounds like. He's scared of tall people.
He ain't scared of nobody, man. Let me tell you, Uncle Charles comes in here swinging, and he know. But you know what? With experience comes knowing when to pick your fights, and that's what I'm trying to say here about Keith Thurman. And look, Keith Thurman might not have been in this position where he had to take this fight had he been more active. But now maybe
again, they look. All these boxers are looking at the Brian Mendoza fight, and they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna keep looking at that fight. I can recreate that. I can do that.
That's true.
It's never gonna end. Or maybe at some point they're gonna realize that. Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of people get that Mendoza was getting his ass handed to him the rest of that fight until he landed that lucky shot. Go watch it. He didn't win a round. Did not win one round.
You
And then he
guys don't
landed that
understand. He was
overhand.
blocking punches with his face. That's
Yeah. I mean, you can try and recreate that all you want, but you want to have some tough skin around your face. Like Uncle Charles said, man, don't fight dudes that reach the top shelf of the refrigerator. Stay away from the top shelf.
Well, they're gonna have to
I agree
fight him
with you.
though. They're gonna have to fight him, if especially if he becomes a top dog. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna be able to avoid this guy. First of
But
all,
you
you
gotta
can't.
go in there with a good plan. Do you think Keith Thurman actually had a plan? I don't think so. I just think he's like, oh, my movement is great. I'm just gonna come in and out, and eventually I'm gonna land a big
I
shot.
don't think he's had a
That's pretty
plan since
much it.
he had a
2017.
plan. He just did it,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, you sometimes you see yourself doing something, but you can't actually do it when you try. You see, like, oh, I can do that, and okay, go ahead and do it. And you just couldn't
Yeah,
do it. You
especially
saw it in his head.
at 37 years old and with inactivity.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right though. You're right. Did we cut off there for a second? You're right though.
I don't know. Yeah, something happened.
You're right though. That was Keith Thurman's plan. Hey, that was his plan. Oh yeah, my movement, like you said, my movement's so good. I'm just gonna move around. I'm gonna catch him with something. And we knew that was his plan, but it really went out the window from the first round on, because when Fundora staggered him a little bit with a counter left, and then you said,
could tell.
yeah, and then you're like, well, what's plan B? And there was no plan B, especially at 37.
You could tell after two rounds, maybe 3 rounds, that there wasn't a plan B.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, his trainer, but real quick, his trainer told him, his trainer told him after the 5th round, I want to say, he said, look, this shit ain't working, man. We're gonna have to go to war. And then he's like, yeah, this ain't the first one you've been in. Like, he was really trying to hype him up, but I think they knew. And even his body language, Keith Thurman is usually a very
kamikaze charge or something.
Yeah, kamikaze banzai style. And no, there was just no way he was gonna
He never got that plan B. That's why he got impregnated.
What the fuck are you Gypsy, what are you on about, man? See, he spends too much.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
He spends too much time driving around that he starts acting like Travis Bickle or something. The night people start rubbing off on him. Speaking of rubbing, we got Foo TV. Foo. That's the real. What the fuck was that? Announcer's voice, man? What the fuck? But yeah, Foo was streaming live yesterday too. It was a very good stream. It was a comfy stream. I was listening to it. I didn't hear all of it, but I was listening to a lot of it during the fight. All right, so Foo, did we establish what the hell the entrance music was for Fondora? Was it Rammstein or was it KFMD?
I didn't hear it, but
it was Rammstein.
I have to hear it. It wouldn't shock me if it was KMFDM, because I know he came out to Rammstein at the weigh-in.
Rammstein.
Rammstein.
It was Rammstein. You know what though? If it would have been KMFMDM, I would be. If I'm one of those students at Harvard, I'd be very weary of Fondora. That's all I'll say. One day he'll show up.
Fondora, you don't want to fuck your house. He does a lot of coke.
What?
If he's into KMFDM, you know.
Well, I was making like a Columbine joke there, but or not a joke, but a reference there. But yeah, I don't.
That'd be a big trench coat, right?
Exactly. Yeah, man. But
we could put some big guns in there.
Yeah, that's true. He can actually fit the rifle there because he's so tall. But for what'd you make of
fit all kinds of stuff.
What'd you make of Fundora's performance against Keith Thurman?
I thought it was really impressive. Just the way he kind of just picked him apart. I mean, he literally didn't even really get touched the whole fight. And a lot of people are going to downplay it that that's an old Keith Thurman, but I thought he was moving really well. I think that Keith Thurman that we saw yesterday could beat a lot of guys at 154.
Is that right?
He was just fighting I think if Fondora wouldn't have fought such a calculated, really composed performance, like you saw what he was doing. He was just touching him with the jab, right? The whole time, just touch, and just breaking him down. Because Thurman was running around. He was using a lot of energy because he was worried about the follow up, what's coming after that jab. And so that's what most of the fight was him stalking him, coming slowly. And that was never going to stop. I knew that was coming because Thurman was using so much energy. And that's what Fondora was banking on. He's like, look, this guy's moving all over the place. He's going to keep touching him. And every once in a while, and then sometimes when Thurman would try to shoot through the range, Fondora would just be right at the end of his left hand. He'd have him at the end of his jab, and then boom, just comes straight in with the left hand, right the very moment he comes in. And he would catch him. This is like a new thing he does. He's got very good timing. So, I mean, I thought it was really impressive for many reasons. And I after I saw it, I'm like, this guy is just deadly. Like Tim Tszyu, he's doing the same thing. He's catching him. He comes in. He's very good at using his range now, and he catches you as you come into that. You try to shoot in on him. I think he'll destroy anybody at 154. Just completely obliterate all those guys.
Wow,
the way he fought yesterday, he'll destroy all those guys.
Well, listen, a lot of people it's a jam-packed division, but yeah, if he can keep fighting, because it's gonna take somebody who knows how to work. And again, look, listen, Ocampo got on the inside. Mendoza managed to get that left hook in there too. So Garcia too was able. So it's not like and Lubin he was going back and forth with Lubin. So it's not as if. But then again, that was the old version of Fundora who wanted to fight on the inside. Now, like you said, and Butcher said the same thing too. Like now he's running people into. And it's interesting because with all that width that he has, all that wingspan, he doesn't even really have to load up on the shots. All he has to do is turn the body, and at his height, it generates a lot of power. You know what I mean? It looks kind of awkward. It looks effortless, but it's effective. So.
And he's very measured, and he can maintain it through the whole fight. Like he'll just touch you and touch you and touch you, and he'll catch you with singular punches. And then over the course of the fight, he'll start unloading on you. And he's not breaking a sweat. He's completely there's no way in hell he would have gassed up. I saw Keith Thurman at the post-fight press conference. He's like, "Oh, it was just getting good, baby." It's like, bro, this guy wasn't even close to gassing. Like he was gonna kill you. He probably would have killed Keith Thurman if they would have continued with that.
Come on, with the melodramatic.
He might have killed him.
That's melodramatic. You're being melodramatic.
He was so fucked up. His face was broken in pieces, and that guy barely got.
You're being melodramatic.
That dude barely got going.
You're being melodramatic.
No. Did you see what he looked like?
His face was not broken. His face was bruised the fuck up, man. That's not a broken face.
Comes with the territory, man.
Broke his face.
Comes with the territory.
In one round. Around the fifth round, around the end of the fight, he started unloading punches and he broke his face.
Hey, listen, if you
actually gave him a big cut.
If you can't stand a couple of ouchies, then don't watch this sport, man, because you would have stopped.
I mean, it was just it got real consistent, and he was landing nothing in return, and then it's just more and more gassing. And he's gonna. I mean, they could have continued it on, but I mean, he was eating continuous punches with not landing nothing.
Keith Thurman made a reference to the Ali fight. Keith Thurman made a reference to the Ali George Foreman fight, and he said, that was part of the plan. Take some punishment, but eventually take the younger, less experienced boxer, let's say, to the later rounds, and then go to toe to toe, and eventually land a big shot. And this is what these people are thinking, that they're just gonna land something big. And I was watching some interviews, like they interviewed Rolly Romero, and they asked him, "Who do you think can beat this guy?" He's like, "Well, I think Boots Ennis beats him because he has a chance of beating him because of the power." See, this is what their approach is towards this fight. Just land something big.
Yeah, it's just power.
That's not a strategy. That's not a strategy at all.
And I think,
it was unlikely, highly unlikely that that was going to happen because Thurman was the one that was expending all the energy. Fondora was just touch, boom, touch, boom, and he was beating the shit out of him. He was not expending any energy. It was Thurman that was leaping in, throwing these big looping overhands, and he was just gassing out. And he was on the move, slipping all over the place, rolling. He was dead tired, and Fondora would look like it was like the first round in the sixth.
Is it Fondora or Fondora?
Fondora was not gassed at all, and that was not. You can't compare that to George Foreman because George Foreman is flaying out all these punches, and Ali's like.
Did you count any bedoinks, Fu? Was there any bedoinks?
Bedoink.
Oh yeah, there was bedoinks, but after the bedoinks, a big punch would come, right?
Hey, by the way,
Fondora.
Yeah, you keep saying Fangora. Like you read too much Fangoria. I think you were used to buy those issues.
No, I didn't say Fangora. I said Fondora.
No, you said Fandor. Anyway, the point is, I want to say this.
Fondora.
I want to say this.
Fondora the Explorer.
We're running out of time here, but I didn't play the clip of Charlo being lovey-dovey with Rolly Romero. I don't know if anybody has it, but also, ironically enough, Keith Thurman, when he was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu, remember we talked about this, where he said he called Tim Tszyu style Mexican style in a derogatory fashion, with a derogatory meaning.
Whoa.
And Tim Tszyu is the one who said, you're disrespecting the boxing style, mate, because it's actually a pretty good style, blah, blah, blah. Fundora, ironically enough, he's, one could say, the epitome of Mexican style. He's flat-footed to generate power. He's not going around there back foot bitching it and bedoinking people. And ironically enough, he's the one that beat the crap out of Keith Thurman. So what do you guys think about that?
I don't know if they would call that Mexican style, right?
I would say, like I said before the fight, Cucks get it first and then get it the worst. And then
I forgot about that. I was trying to remember how it went. You're like, Cucks get it worst.
Yeah. On a
I'll say
side
this:
note,
is
I
what
think
the fight,
Fundora murders
you
Boots.
guys are saying it started a little too early. I agree. It was stopped too early, but because I really wanted to see Keith Thurman put all the way down. Like I said, this was the ass whooping coming about 10 years in the making, damn near. Ever since he
I think his hair grew
lost to
back.
Pacquiao. So
Did you see his hair was growing back? I think he stimulated.
watching the fight was very cathartic. You know what I'm saying?
Therapeutic. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's cathartic,
Yeah,
like a release
he
of tension
deserves a
over
lot of
a long period
respect.
of time. It was like a long.
Well, he
like,
didn't learn
release.
his lesson. He wants to come back. He hasn't retired. He
Good.
said he's not
Good.
retiring.
That's the thing. We needed more rounds.
I mean, he should
we
go
needed
knock
more
out
rounds
Boots.
we needed more rounds so he could learn his lesson. So if it was like 7, maybe 8, he might have actually got his face broken, but it was more bruising than anything else. I mean, you know what a face broken is? Canelo over Billy Joe Saunders. That his fucking cheekbone was inserted inside his fucking skull. That's a face broken. You need that kind of shit. You know, that's what you need, bro. You need
I
that's
give him credit. I give the guy respect for that. I mean, he's a real fighter. That he went in there and fought a guy that he had almost no chance of beating. That you can't say that for most of these guys today.
That's true.
They wouldn't do that.
That's true.
None of them would do it. So they'll go and they'll praise Floyd and they'll praise Shakur, but none of those fucks would ever do something like this.
Oh wait,
you know?
yeah, it's
that
a
guy,
Sunday.
the card, the deck
That's
was.
what I said, man. Like beating you, that's skills. That's beyond skills. I mean, you're actually you're good enough to destroy your opponent. Again, if Keith Thurman would have lost a 12-round decision right now against some other boxer, Keith Thurman would. He could easily say, "Oh, I'm still, I just had a bad night, blah blah blah." But after this destruction, when Keith Thurman says, "I'll be back," again, nobody believes him. Everybody's telling him, "Listen, you have to retire." Why? Because he got destroyed. There's a difference. People don't fucking understand. There's a difference between getting destroyed and getting outboxed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean,
when people always say whooping, Shakur whooped. Shakur whooped Teofimo Lopez. He cut him.
Nothing happens in the fight. Nothing happens. Clean face after the fight. No bruises, no swelling, no nothing. That's not a whooping.
Yeah, this was an ass whooping. Now, I wanted to say real quick too. Okay, because we keep talking about Fondora, right? Like, whoa, who can beat him now? Because people are asking that, right? And we are talking about how he would do against Ortiz, Boots, whatever. I'm curious, how would Keith Thurman, let's say he comes back 5 months from now, whatever, he takes on a guy like Boachuk?
I mean, I think he could beat Boachuk. I think there's a chance because he's got the speed. His footwork is decent. He had a lot of footwork and a lot of movement in there. He didn't move around like an old guy. He moved better than Boots Ennis moves. If you really watch him, that guy was on that bike. Now he was trying to hurt him. What the problem with Thurman is they just couldn't find the range. That was his biggest issue. If there was another guy like a Boots Ennis in there with him or a Boachuk, he would be nailing him with those shots. They would be getting nailed.
Boachuk would knock out Keith Thurman. Okay, Boachuk. All he needs is one clean, good shot. He has a solid.
Look, Boachuk just got all beat the fuck up by the same guy twice. I like Boachuk, but that guy he fought is not better than Keith Thurman. That dude that beat him up, that black dude.
I haven't watched Boachuk for a minute now, but the last time I saw him was only with Virgil. And if that's the same Boachuk, then he will fuck him. He will fuck him up. If it's that same. If it's not, if it's an old, washed up, I don't know, past this prime, maybe because some people have very little limited primes in their careers where they're at their peak and then they fucking go down the drain. If that's the case, then no, then Thurman might have his way. But it's difficult to say because Boachuk is a tough SOB. He could take a lot of shots and deliver his own in between. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. He's
already at 160 and he's in Zuffa. He's already at 160 and with Zuffa. But I think Keith Thurman can still box, but I think his punch resistance is gone or near gone.
Dude, he took a hellacious beating. He didn't go down once.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, you could tell when he gets hit, his mind is short circuiting. And you could see it when that happens to guys. I think the last guy I seen that was like Chris Colbert. He tried to come back, and you could tell when he gets hit, he's already short circuiting. So yeah, Keith can box, but against
these better. You can finish.
He was still. I thought he was still composed, even with the shots he was taking. He still was confident. He's like, down the line, I'll get him down the line if he gasses a little.
He was buckling in the first round. He got buckled.
Oh, but he got hit with a big punch. Man, he got hit with some big shots.
Yeah, but going forward, anytime he gets hit solid, it's gonna be short circuited.
What about
And the thing, Fondora's just very good at catching you as you step in.
Vomit on a sweater, mom's spaghetti. Keith's legs are gone. He ain't ready.
What about
Yeah, that dude's legs aren't gone. His legs are actually very good last night.
what about Murtazaliev? How about
Murtazaliev?
Murtazaliev? Would he or would Keith Thurman be able to replicate what Kelly did? I guess
He'd have to
Murtazaliev.
try to do the same thing, the same kind of movement he did yesterday. He'd have to be. I don't think the guy's done. I think he has a couple of fights left in him. I didn't think he looked that bad. It's just the guy who was fighting. You know, he's very composed. He used that reach perfectly. He just could not find his range, and he tried. You know, he was trying. He was winging those shots. He caught him a couple of times. Not
Just
enough
because
body
you
work.
move laterally, you just move laterally to avoid punches doesn't mean your legs are good. You're just avoiding. It's when you have to fast twitch, go in and out, and then move laterally if you have to. That's when he wasn't committing a lot of times. He was catching his breath.
He was just circling around. Is that what you're saying, James? He was just circling around.
He was circling around, waiting, but his opportunity to land a big one. That was his goal.
Well, he was
the
trying to
entire
get his opponent out of. No. What he was doing is he was trying to get Fondora out of position. The thing is that Fondora's balance was almost perfect the entire fight. He would just touch.
Well, shit, he don't have to move.
And at the
That's
right
why.
time, he hit it with a power punch. He was
just
out of
reaches-
position.
he just extends his arm and
Fondora
like-
don't
He
have
was
to
not
move.
putting
He's
himself
already
out of
there.
Position. He was never putting
He
himself out
doesn't
of
have to
position.
move much.
Yeah, but
don't
that's
have to-
what I'm
This isn't
saying.
the
is
old,
that-
this isn't the old Fundora that throws punches like crazy. Remember
Yes.
before he used to throw a lot of punches and open up, and this is why he used to get caught. But now he's more composed and he
Yes,
uses the
he's
reach
never
and
off
length.
balance. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's hard to counterpunch him. He's getting you at the end of his reach, and he's not really committing to it. He's just touching you and getting ready to hit you with some bomb as you're moving around. And Thurman just couldn't deal with it, because he had to keep slipping and moving and rolling, and because he doesn't know he's waiting for that follow up. The guy was never out of
Dude, he
position.
got him
That
off
was the danger.
position. He did get him off
Fondora
position.
was never
but
out of
his short
position.
arms are so his short arms are so fucking inadequate to do the job that he missed. That's what happened. He
Yeah,
got
everybody
short
has
ass arms.
All right,
Everybody has issues with that guy
Fundora
tight.
the best. Yeah, go ahead, BDA.
Yeah,
because go ask you a question. Then I gotta go here because we got a lot to get. We still Oh, is Fundora the best 154 pounder? Does he have the best chance of beating all of these guys at 154? I would say no, man. And again, I know I don't want to harp on the knockout, but he's already been nice before. So yeah, maybe one punch isn't gonna do it. Well, what about 5, 6, 7 from a guy who can consistently? Because again, that's what I was gonna say about Jermall Ennis. He's not 37 years old like Keith Thurman. He's taller than Keith Thurman, so he's gonna keep on swinging for as long as he can. In the event that Fundora is, sniping him from afar and beating him up. So that would still be that. I mean, again, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid here and saying that Fundora is unbeatable. As for Ortiz, well, like we said earlier, I think he's one of the best at actually cutting the ring off and getting on the inside. Because Jermall Ennis can fight on the inside, but he doesn't know how to get on the inside. Look at what happened against the Karen. So I think, but I will say this: in long story short, Fundora is going to be a problem for a lot of these dudes just based off the height and reach and the fact that he knows how to use it now.
Yeah. I think he'd murder Boots Ennis. I think Boots is never going to fight him. I think most of these guys are going to. I think most of these dudes are going to duck him. The Thurman deserves a lot of credit for fighting that guy because it was always percentage-wise, he was always going to lose.
I know a song that Bozy Ennis will be singing when they offer them the Virgil or the Sebastian Fondora fight. Bozy Ennis will start singing, "Hell to the no, to the no, no, no,
no."
Yeah, they're never going to fight that guy.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens with Boots and Xander's eyes. They're gonna fight. It seems like. Although Beeps over at Ringside Report, he did say, "Look, listen, I have a bad feeling that because as I don't know if you guys saw the video where Xander's eyes is signing a contract. He's got the same haircut as the Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element. But so he's saying he's saying that. Well, wait a minute. What if he's signing a fight, but they're not telling it? Everyone's assuming that it's gonna be Boots Ennis. But but yeah, everyone's assuming that it's gonna. Everyone's assuming that it's gonna be Boots Ennis. But what if he's already got a fight signed against somebody? I don't know. I think it'd be very disrespectful if they did that, and they know that it'd be pissing off a lot of people if they're sort of joying about the Boots fight happening, and then now he ends up fighting Josh Kelly or something or Murtazaliev. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
No, Zayas is fighting him. Zayas is fighting Boots Ennis.
What? Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I feel like we see that behavior from Bruce Ennis more than anybody else. He's the one who act like he wants to fight this guy and that guy. Like, you know, what happened here in this situation where Virgil Ortiz kind of got pulled out, you know, with the whole money thing in De La Hoya, it makes it look like he really didn't want the fight. But the whole reason he was trying to get away from De La Hoya is because he wanted to make the fight. And when they wanted to make it before, Boots was saying stuff like, well, I mean, can we fight at 147? You know, he was doing stupid shit like that. So.
Well, I mean,
same thing with Brian Norman Jr. You know what I'm saying? Even Teofimo was trying to fight him. He didn't want to fight Teofimo. So it's like, he has done some funny shit before, you know, in negotiations. So I wouldn't really see that from Xander's eyes. He seems pretty serious and like, you know, he's going for fights. Like when he wants something, he's trying to get it, right?
That's right. Yeah, he wants it. He wants it. He's going for it. Apparently, yeah, you're right. Though you're right. And one thing I'll say, yeah, that 154-pound division, most of these guys are action fighters. Murtazaliev, Boachuk, Ortiz, Geronenes, Fondora. I mean, goodness gracious, these guys are. Oh, and even the guy who a lot of people don't talk about anymore since he lost to Zayas, Perez, the guy who beat. I forget.
What about Brandon Adams? Brandon Adams is still there.
Yeah, Brandon
Adams.
Nobody was gonna fight him because he's a big risk and no reward. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, this division is red hot. Let me tell you. And I wanted to show you.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Frank.
Scorching.
No, I mean, we're talking about all these names, but it's just really a war of attrition and who moves the most strategic. We're not going to get all these fights, but we may get one or two, but it's really going to be who's the last man standing, you know, who gets a fight and then they look vulnerable and then that's when the other guy jumps in. So if Fondora fights, it looks like he's going to fight Jermall. That's what the room it's looking like. But what if he takes significant damage? You know, nobody wants him right now. But usually, when you're making these fights, you look to see when a guy is vulnerable. That's what Fraud Mayweather did. Was really good at. I'll give him that.
That doesn't happen, Frankie. I hope that doesn't happen. Fuck Charlo. Fuck Charlo.
Well, speaking of Charlo, this is what I wanted to show you guys because again, this is going to be.
Excuse me, officer. This man is attacking me.
Okay, that's not it. Hold on.
Oh, that's Charlo that night.
Attacking me.
Why does that keep playing? Hold on.
Is that Ellie setback?
No. All right, here we go. This is it. Shout out to Sobers for sending me this because I've been looking for this.
What happens when Devin fights Rolling? I don't know, dog. Devin can fight. He got skills, bro. Right. Be real. Don't got a lot of skills and shit. Devin got some Right. But Bill a bitch. So we don't know.
Yeah, and even in the community, they don't like Bill Haney, man. I mean, that guy's a big talker.
No, Bill built that. Right. Bill built that. You know what I mean? Bill talked that.
Someone translate for me, please.
Come on, Carl, come on.
I mean, it wasn't a great performance. It was an A+.
I'm gonna need. I need the translator.
Bill Haney's attitude is horrible, man. Who the fuck would like Bill Haney?
Yeah, you're right, man.
His wife would like him, probably.
I like it.
Probably too bad over things.
I mean, allegedly the guy was selling drugs to kids, man. So can't expect him to be a good guy.
You got a smile that lights up the room.
Guy. Man, fuck the good guy, bad guy shit. He's just a fucked up little human being. He got no fucking. I don't know. It's just he's not likable at all whatsoever. Like that's why guys like Charlo, you know, don't like him. There's a lot of dudes that don't like him, even though, like, I bet you, like, I know you do. You got a picture of him, I know. But nobody likes that dude. I don't know. How would you like? Even like someone like Ward won't like that dude. You know what I mean? Like the way he was talking to Ward, and he's like, you know, you look fake ass nigga. You know what I mean? Like the way this special. Excuse me, brother. Culture.
All right.
You know.
The fuck are you on about?
He's fake as fuck, bro. Like there's nothing special about that dude. But the thing is, though, he knows how to manage. He knows how to make someone.
Moses Itauma.
What? Not what
He's still not got Moses Itauma.
What does Moses Itauma have to do with what I'm saying?
Bill Haney got his ass.
Okay, we gotta hold on. Let's keep playing this.
Anyways,
Hey, Roland, if you fight Devin, all you gotta do is keep your hands up, right? Throw that left hook. Don't do that noise. If you do that, hey, you come to camp in Texas, I got you, bro. I train you, I help you.
Is the noise a bad thing? Is the noise a bad thing? Is that noise?
I like that.
I'll stop you in
Stop
2
doing
rounds.
that. Stop doing that.
I'll stop you in 2 rounds.
Have you guys smart? Hey. Right behind you, man. I'll let you up.
Look at him whispering in Rolly's ear, man. What the fuck? Look at that.
Fuck you up.
He's fucking drunk, man. He's beyond
He's
drunk.
giving me the phone number right now. That's what he was doing. Room 340 or something like that. I don't know.
At least Charlo is one of the nice drunks, you know, because there's people out there, they get drunk, they want to fight everybody. He's one of the, and then there's others that they drink and they fall asleep. This guy is the lovey-dovey drunk. Like, I love you, man. We've been through a lot.
It looks like Rolly's about to be initiated. It looks like some kind of frat bro gang initiation.
Are you talking about the Diddy Club or?
It looks like an initiation, like he's the pledge here, and he's just getting manhandled.
They're gonna bring out the
him in
goats.
the Crawford clutch.
Exactly. You gotta, if you want to make it in the Crawford Club, you gotta wrestle the other guy in a pool of feces like Skull and Bones, and then they lock you into.
That's exactly what they did to FTV, man. They brought him in.
They paddle you while you're in the feces.
Listen, when you meet Epstein, don't look him in the eye. Like they gotta give you instructions first. You know, just say yes.
It's not Epstein. It's Epstein. That's how you say it.
It's a club.
There's no Epstein, by the way. It's what's his name? Florida Billy, or what's the name of the guy who looks like?
Palm Beach Pete.
Palm
That's
Beach
what it
Pete,
is,
right.
bro. Palm Beach Pete. I swear to God, that's it. I looked it up, bro. Like the forehead where he has moles. Exactly the same spot, the wrinkles on his fucking chin, everything. He's just the older version of him. The motherfucker is Palm Beach Pete, bro. He's just there right open.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Palm Beach. I should have known it.
This is a kid's family show. The sweetheart. I mean, the sweet person. His name is Palm Beach Pete. Then he pretty much took they killed or offed the man that was actually called Palm Beach Pete. And he took his role, and now he's apparently he plays tennis like Epstein. You know,
I'm not playing. That's not me, by the way. That's not me playing the sound effects.
He's
But
in the same places that Epstein has been as well. You know, he met Epstein apparently. You know, what I mean, a lot of shit, bro. Like that's him.
but are you saying? What the hell is that?
I didn't say anything. I wasn't here. I didn't say anything.
So are you saying that it's like the Muslims believe that Jesus didn't really die, that Judas was put in his place and then Jesus went to heaven?
Maybe. Maybe a rock was broken. Maybe a rock was moved on a cave to open a place where someone could escape. Maybe.
Well, let me tell you, we need to do a second.
Wasn't there.
We need to do.
Wasn't there.
We need to do a second renaissance on this. We need to do a second renaissance. We need to do a second renaissance. Get to the bottom of this because it really is high level stuff. And
I'll be back.
All right. Well, we're about to.
The island boys really related to Epstein?
Well, they were cloned in the island, they say. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were related.
That was a Photoshop image just spreading all over the place.
Well, listen, that's who knows what's AI and what isn't. Like, that's what, look, listen, what I always tell people, if it hasn't been confirmed by CENTCOM, then it could be AI and thus malinformation. All right. So make sure to keep your eyes open and be aware. Beware and be aware. Now, listen, we do have to go. It's a bit late here. We've been on for almost 3 hours. So we got to go.
Wait, can I say one thing real quick, BDA?
Yeah, sure.
Where you have to go get a sandwich. Did you touch on the Elijah Garcia thing?
Oh, yeah. Speak on that. I forgot about that.
Oh, well, I think this is a lesson to fighters, man. There was 2 instances. I don't want to keep you here, so wrap me up. But, Roy Jones cussing out the Newman guy. So, fight or quit, bitch. Like, that's what we need in boxing. I'm sorry, what? Did you cover that too?
No, we didn't.
I gotta keep it wrong.
Well, then Elijah Garcia's dad had told him he was losing, or he had lost a round, and Elijah Garcia was kind of like a douchebag. He started arguing with his dad, like, "No, I know, I got that." It was kind of like a pouty kid, and he ends up losing the fight. Kind of giving it away for being a little lackluster. So, yeah, man, trainers need to be honest with their with their guys, in my opinion. Like, I like when a trainer tells them, hey, you're losing a round, pick up the pace, get it done. And it's just a sign of why Elijah Garcia has struggled.
Well, you know what? We've been talking about Boots, by the way, and I mean, Bozienis has shown that he's not quite up there at the elite level because he's like you said, his level of instructions, he's the opposite of that, Frank. He's the too much talking, like Teddy Atlas, but not enough actual instructions. It's like, what you doing out there, man? You're supposed to knock this guy out. It's like, well, no shit, but I mean, why? You're gonna tell me hit harder or go get him? It's like, what does that mean? But you're right, though. Some people, they do need a fire under their ass. And for this fucking Elijah Garcia, we're firemen, exactly. Yeah. So this Elijah Garcia, he doesn't have it. He did beat Lesendis, but then again, was that because Lesendis just was never that good, or was he going through something? Or I don't know. Lesendis is the guy who's doing well now. How the tables have turned.
Well, I think Elijah Garcia has it. He's big, tall, strong. It's just you could tell that he's not training. Like, I guess they had to change the weight. He's had weight issues, but it's his mentality. He's a douchebag. Like, his dad is telling him, you lost that round, and he's telling his dad no.
Wow.
Like,
yeah,
dude, that's when you listen. Like, okay, I need to pick it up.
Exactly. That should be it. But obviously, his father can rein him in, and you would assume that maybe one of those competent trainers are out there. Like, I know Robert Garcia already has way too many fighters on his table, but maybe Manny Robles, who can pull off some upsets, and Ishmael Salas, or what's the other guy's name? One of the Diaz brothers. You never know, man. Fuck
Pedro.
Yeah, well, Pedro Diaz is the guy. Tim Zoo's saying that he likes the Pedro Diaz style. And by the way, Tim Zoo's, he says he's moving up to 160 pretty soon. So I don't know if that's a good move, man. I think he should stay at 154.
He's fighting this weekend, Dennis Nerger.
Dennis Nidri, what?
Tim's fighting a guy named Dennis Nerger this weekend.
Oh, Nedger. I think
and he's Nerger, N-U-R-J-A, Nerger.
And I see that Sam Goodman is on the main event against Rodrigo Fabian Ruiz. Who do you know who that guy is? Must be an Argentinian by the name.
I have NFI who it is, but I know he's going to be a good test, man. Good test for Sammy coming back.
See, I knew by the name that the guy he was fighting was Argentinian. He was an RG. Check this out. He looks like Conor Benn. But Argentinians have a lot of Italian and German in them. He looks like Conor Benn. Hold on a second. So less people think I'm mistaken here. Again, the Chris Tucker from Fifth Element. Look at that.
That's hilarious. Same smile.
He's losing his mind.
Who, me or? I think I'm on the right path there, Bucho. I think I'm onto something. I think, we're talking about Epstein.
They do look the same. It's funny.
There you go. Maybe from the same.
When you talking about like it's the more so were you talking about some Disney programming?
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Come on, what are you saying? That's disgusting. Oh man,
that looks disgusting, doesn't it?
Hey, this dude is.
Why do you do that?
I'm sorry. This dude is 23-1 with 17 knockouts. Now, of course, the most important thing is you got to watch him fight, see how he looks. But these Argentinians are dangerous, man. You know how they are. They come out of nowhere. They have records where they've never fought anybody, but then they're awkward. They hit hard. I want to see how this guy looks, and then we'll see.
Did you say they're rock hard?
I did not say. Come on, I nowhere near close, man. Nowhere near close did I say that. Frank,
they rock hard.
Better watch yourself.
Clearly heard you say rock hard.
Argentinians are rock hard. You did say that. I know it. That's what I thought.
I said they're kinda hard. Kinda hard.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah. Nah, come on.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Don't. Let's not start making a shit up of Mr. BDA.
Bullshit.
That's right. Exactly. There you go. That's what it is, man.
Oh, bullshit, nigga.
Oh, wait a minute. The N-word. Come on. We don't do that word here.
But that's the good. That's a good N-word.
Hey, by the way, there's no such thing as a good N-word. And by the way, fuck, see, now people are gonna take that out of context. But listen, with the censor button, I just realized I can actually do Morse code.
Hey, you took my censor button. That's pussy. Oh, that's a good one. I have a new censor button. It's Super Mario sound.
I think I know you're talking about Second Renaissance, but I think the biggest thing is all these meteors. I think that's the biggest thing. It's getting overlooked. Yeah, meat eaters. No, the meteorites. All these meteorites are all across the world right now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of videos of meteorites coming in.
I thought it was fake news, but no, it's legit. I've seen it on the local news, on the AP. There's a bunch of meteor sites happening all across the world.
Interesting.
I tasted them. I tasted a little bit of one.
Dead silence, man. But I mean, it was a good one. It was a good try. I'll say this, man. Meteorites. Yeah, you know what, man? In I for some reason I have a hard time spelling meteorite. I gotta work on the diction there. I'll say it in Spanish, but I won't say it in English.
Well, that's what they're calling it. Some people are saying orbs, or it's just it's becoming more and more all across the world, and different parts of the world. People are recording these.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll certainly keep my eye on it. We did have a very fruitful off-the-air second Renaissance. What was it, on Friday, I think? Bucho was there, Gypsy was there, Straight G, Joe chimed in there for a while there, Mr. PDA. But yeah, we got a good convo going. Don't be afraid to jump on the VC, guys. Even if you have some sort of a cleft palate or whatever, don't worry about it. No one's going to judge you. Oh, this dude, okay, no, yeah, this guy fought Sam Goodman. No, I mean, he's gonna fight Sam Goodman. He lost against a guy named Muhammad Shekov, a Russian, Uzbek guy, who's undefeated. Oh, check it. See, this is what these Uzbeks, and this guy's probably a gold medalist of some sort, right? 17-0, 4 knockouts, 33 years old. Like, how far do you think this guy's gonna go in the pro ranks? Unless he's some sort of master boxer or whatever, but 33 already, 17 wins, 0 losses, 4 knockouts. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you, man. Whoever said it was right, man. These Uzbeks are like the Central Asian Cubans. Who knows what they're up to? They're up to no good, man. That's for sure, and I don't like it.
Stepping into his prime.
All right, man. Listen, we gotta go. We've said it all, I think. And yeah, this Mukhmadov guy he's listed as in the Olympic site there. Anyway, I don't know. I can't find anything.
You guys talk about the Floyd thing, the Manny Floyd thing, where that idiot said that it's an exhibition.
Yeah, we touched on it there. We touched on it. Well, what are your thoughts on it before we go?
I think what happened is that he wouldn't take the fight unless there were certain things he can control, like Manny Pacquiao can't knock him out. Also, if he loses.
Oh, what happened? Did they get you, fool? What's going on here?
I can't hear him.
I can't. Okay, so it's not just me then. Okay.
Howard. And hopefully, since he said this, that doesn't sell anything. Is scamming people, right? They didn't say that was an exhibition. He was the only one that said it. So he let the cat out of the bag. Maybe Netflix should just cancel the whole thing. So you're okay. You want to go do that? All right, let's cancel it.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he's in a position to negotiate. That's for sure, because he needs the money, man. He needs Netflix more than they need him, and that goes with almost everybody against Netflix. By the way, real quick, Bucho Chitlin Distributor says, "Is there a way to listen to those?" Yeah, I think you have a bad connection there, fool. Chitlin says, "Is there a way to listen to those off-the-air shows?" The second Renaissance, did you record it or because I didn't record it?
The off the air, I posted some of the boxing content.
The boxing
boxing
okay.
Off the air. Yeah, they're on Patreon for free, so you don't have to pay or anything. Just they're on Patreon. Link in the description.
Yeah, but the second Renaissance, we didn't put it there.
Oh no, should I? I don't even know if we should. Like, it's not boxing related. I don't know if people want to hear that shit. I mean,
Well, I could post it. Did you record something from second Renaissance or?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. No.
All right. Well, if you do, here's what we're gonna do. If we ever record something off the air from second Renaissance related, we'll post it on the Rumble, on the Rumble second Renaissance Rumble site.
Yeah.
And that way everybody gets what they want.
Hey, BDA, before I go, man, I just want to say, keep an eye. There's a young Aussie prospect middleweight on this Tim Zoo card named Callum 50 Cal Peters. He's 5-0, 5 knockouts. Keep an eye on this kid, mate. This kid can box and move. He's I think he might be able to give a bit of a shake up at world level. So
what's his name again?
Some not bad. Callum Peters.
Callum. Okay, Callum Peters. All right.
Callum Peters. His nickname's 50 Cal. 5-0, 5 knockouts. Yeah, he's looking the goods, man.
Wait. Good enough to fight at the Gold Coast?
Only at the Gold Coast Convention Centre.
Ringside, Gold Coast Convention Centre.
Yeah, man. Because hey, yeah, Australian, like we've talked, man, they produce some tough hombres. 23 years old, I see this kid, and he's an Olympian, or let's see.
Yeah, he's a good boxer, mate. He is 5-0, good boxer, man. Keep an eye on him at the Gold Coast ringside, Gold Coast Convention Centre.
Well, look, 4-0 with 4 knockouts. We saw that Uzbek guy that I just posted on the screen. He's got like 17 wins, only 4 knockouts. This guy at least already has 4 knockouts out of 4 wins. So at least he's knocking people out, man. Gonna keep an eye on him.
He's 5-0, isn't he? Isn't he 5-0?
Could be. Wikipedia, I don't really trust Wikipedia. So yeah, you could be right. You could be right.
Yeah, 5-0, 5 knockouts, man. Not a bad. He's moved. I mean, he's only fought Aussie level dudes, man. But he looks the goods, mate. Looks the goods. His last fight, he went 6 rounds and got a few rounds under his belt and didn't look too bad, man.
Well, we shall keep an eye on him. Thank you for that suggestion there, Carl. We do have to go, and now I do have to eat. An hour ago, I didn't have to eat. Now I do have to eat. So, Frank, you can make all the jokes you want, but let me tell you something. What goes around comes around. Keep making the jokes. Eventually, I'm going to get you on one of these. But, yeah, so shout out to all of you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it, man. So check out Food TV's channel. I mean, excuse me. What the fuck am I saying here? The Real Food TV, only on YouTube. Only on YouTube for now. Hopefully one day he takes my advice and takes it to Rumble. But shout out to the Real Food TV. Go check out his channel. Shout out to Carl. Shout out to Bucho, who was here as well. Just left right now. But Joe was here as well earlier. Shout out to him as well. Bucho, Joe, Fu. Check out Sobers' channel, Never Sobers. He had a full house at La Taqueria yesterday. Right. Shout out to Never Sobers. No, hold on. It's not Never Sobers Reloaded. I got it right here. Hold on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. don't listen to what I got to say then. Never Sobers with a Z at the end. Never Sobers Reloaded. Go check out his channel. And go check out Frank Bay's channel. Frank Bay's Boxing with Frank Bay. Only on YouTube. Very good channel as well. He lets anybody in. It's what they call a free smoke platform, like IBFP and Black and Brown.
Hey, I don't let anybody in. Come on. I know you snuck that in there.
Well, okay, no. You listen, I don't know what's up with you today. You're turning everything dirty, man. But yeah, man. So shout out to
that in there, Paul Diddy.
But shout out to all of you guys for joining us, man. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all the panelists. Thank you, guys.
Hit the like.
Hit the like. And shout out to all of you guys in the chat. I'm talking about Tu Matador, Baron Evola, Flukduk, Lance Mayer, Guerrero de la Info, Bucho, who is keeping an eye on things as well in there. Skull Kid, shout out to him. More BDC, Alejandro Solis, the Chitlin distributor. Who else we had here? We gotta go, man. King KO. I gotta scroll over here. Bulbous, King KO, the greatest. Hey, listen, if I forget anybody, it's because we gotta go. I gotta go grab a bite to eat, and not before. It's already 11. I don't like eating past 10, then, because you don't get your good REM sleep. But listen, who's haggling over those little details at this point, right? We're alive.